Hello, everyone. Welcome to Big Seriously Energy. I'm Zraitor, your host. Our offering for episode 25 is A Red, Red Rose by Keith Edinburgh. It is the second scenario of the Edinburgh Files, a multi-scenario campaign set in Edinburgh in 1923 and 2023. This scenario will be played over 3 episodes. A Red, Red Rose, March 2023. A group of people on the last tram to Haymarket witness an event that sets them off on a trail of clues that lead into the dark underground of modern-day Edinburgh. Starring EeiddKlabe as Trevor Keats, Eerie Lunarose as Erin Anderson, SINoALFON as Myles Newsome, and finally, myself, Zraitor, as the keeper of the Arcane lore. It is nearly 11 p.m. on the night of Monday, March 27, 2023. We are riding on the last tram of the evening that is traveling from the outskirts of the city towards the center. The tram is a single open carriage around 140 feet in length, segmented into 7 parts that are joined by concertina connectors to allow it to navigate curved sections of track. There is a driver's cabin on either side of the tram, with the cabin facing the direction of travel inhabited by a single driver. A uniformed conductor travels the length of the tram, checking the tickets of the travelers who board, which will serve as our introduction. Erin Anderson, can you introduce yourself as have your ticket checked?
Yeah, so Erin Anderson is just a working stiff, um, dressed in scrubs, nurse at the hospital, and they are boarding the train trying to get home.
All
If
right.
there is someone in line in front of them with like party balloons, they are visibly like shying away from that person and trying to keep other people between them and not look at the balloons.
Yeah, luckily for you, it is not busy on the tram tonight. You see maybe 3 other people, and the rules are a little lax. That's why the conductor is checking it after, just doing his rounds. So no, we are balloon free.
Yay, no balloon.
Let me move on to Miles Newsome as your ticket is being checked. Can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Myles Newsome. A little bit of a scruffy looking dude in just casual clothes, with a beard, maybe like on the auburn side. Just kind of riding the train on his way back from doing some like street performance. He normally plays the violin. So he has his violin with him. Just something he kind of found out of the off the sidewalk one day and decided to start playing, so he's not particularly good and didn't have a particularly good night, and so he's on his way home to feed his cat.
And then finally, Trevor Keats, as your ticket is being checked, can you please introduce yourself?
Trevor Keats is a 30-year-old student who's been on an extended sabbatical. He can't focus enough in class due to the fact that he experiences symptoms that are very, very similar, basically indistinct from narcolepsy and some other various sleep disorders that are often comorbid. So, um, because he's not able to focus on school, he's instead focused on finding answers because his narcolepsy and other sleep disorders are the result of him reading a mythos book of some kind. He now has nightmares that give him visions of unholy places from who knows, other galaxies, other realities. And he's become somewhat of an occultist as a result.
All right, you're all sitting in relatively in the same, I guess, the whatever they're called, on this room. You can all see each other. I doubt 3 strangers are going to speak, but I won't take it away from you before you move on. All
Hello,
right,
strangers. I have
there you go.
narcolepsy.
Yeah, I think. So you really say that?
Yes, I have other various sleep disorders as well. So please forgive my flatter affect.
It's quite the icebreaker.
Miles is he was in his own thoughts, so he's slightly taken aback by a stranger on the tram talking to him suddenly, but he responds in a very like, "Oh, hello," wondering if this person's a weirdo or what.
Thanks for sharing. That
What
was
brings you on the train?
just trying to get home.
Same here.
All right, never mind. He sits down and kind of looks a little bit. It looks a little bit curiously at you guys, like furtive little glances to the side, as though almost as though he's a little bit paranoid. And he kind of mumbles out loud to himself, but much louder than he intended, so it's actually audible to you. He goes, huh, I guess they're not the people from the dream then.
Oh, you have a weird dream?
Nightly.
Is this just when you fall asleep unexpectedly or all the time?
Mainly when I fall asleep at inappropriate times. I'm constantly tired throughout the day, but there's a certain type of dream that I have. It's that's why I'm riding the train. Is I feel as though I'm going to be led to something, and the only way to ease the anxiety of it is to follow it.
Good for you, buddy. And Miles will maybe like move down one seat.
Oh, you poor wee thing. I think you frightened that one.
Yeah, I have a tendency to do that. I'm on my 6th gap year from college. I hope to get back to it someday.
Oh my. It must be nice to be able to do that. Been working, well, seems like forever now. Don't go into medicine. It's not worth it.
I wasn't going to, but I appreciate the advice.
All right. Other than these three, their only traveling companion is a lone male who is slouched in a seat in the middle of the tram and wearing dirty black jeans, trainers that are caked in dried mud, and he's also wearing a long red padded jacket with the hood raised and a scarf obscuring most of his face. And can I will take a spot hidden roll?
I'd love to.
And we will say that the conductor was checking his ticket as you guys were having that conversation and moved away.
Ooh. I got a 63 over 60. Let's spend some luck.
Getting right into it.
Ready?
Right into it.
All right, you have it didn't really, just something you kind of saw at the corner of your eye, maybe perhaps as you were thinking about your own issues, but there's a memory you have of seeing the man stumbling onto the tram. He looks pretty drunk, and just immediately took his seat. And I guess Erin would have seen that as
Had
well,
the same.
or
Okay.
remember that as well, I should say. And it's not a big deal. Did you
Drunks,
succeed?
drunks all the time. Yeah,
Yeah.
late night.
And as I said, the conductor walked away. He's now lounging against the driver's cabin door, just looking away. And now the tram calls at Murrayfield. Anyone looking out the window gets a view of the Scottish Rugby Stadium. Then the vehicle begins to ease off towards its next stop, the Haymarket Station, which is everyone's destination. The train is moving for a few minutes, and that man in the middle with his face obscured, he begins to cough loudly. And it just gets louder and louder till it sounds like he's choking.
Sir, is your life in danger?
He is gasping for life, and his arms are up in the air.
I will try to Heimlich him
no,
in an air awkwardly. Because you're not really supposed to Heimlich someone in a chair.
I will take a medicine roll to see what's wrong with him.
That's not. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if a nurse would go to action or just,
Yeah.
it's not my problem.
I'm gonna look. I mean, like, I'm gonna come up and see how he is.
Definitely. Is there a doctor on the train kind of moment?
Extreme success.
Jeez.
5 under 60.
He is very clearly to you exhibiting signs of suffocation that are similar to someone that is drowning. There's no clear indication why this is happening. The extreme, you can see that there's no cause. It's just happening.
Yeah, like a person drowning, but there's no reason for that. Sir, I'm going to try to render you some aid. Hold on. I'm gonna pull him, like, out of the seat area and try and like clear his airway.
Okay. As you do that, a few seconds go by, and then he begins to spew out a violent jet of blood, and it splatters all over the floor and the seats. The man stumbles to his. I'm guessing you would back off after that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just
I'm
making sure.
afraid I'm
Oh, no.
terribly injured him.
The man stumbles to his feet, and blood is pouring out of not only his eyes, not only his mouth, but his nostrils, eyes, and ears. He reaches out to you, Erin, and he tries to place something in your hand. He's making a sickening series of gurgling noises while trying to speak. At first you can't make it out. He gets closer with this thing in his hand, and he says, "Black Heart Dawn." He presses the object into your hand. Then his entire body breaks out into what appears to be boils, but then it quickly transforms into tens of thousands of tiny maggots. You see his begin to disintegrate, and his clothes are the only thing left on the floor, and on top of those clothes is a writhing swarm of bloated maggots wriggling on the bloodied floor. We'll get our first sanity roll, please.
This is gonna go well.
Yeah.
I got a 7, which is awesome because I have 65 sanity.
Okay. You take 1 damage for your success. Perhaps you were wide awake for once in this time of it.
I failed, yeah.
That would be a
It's to be
1d6.
expected.
I got a 51 out of 60, so success.
All right, you get a 1, shaking a little. You hold it together. Our nurse, who got the brunt of everything, has failed. This, I guess, makes no sense.
6.
6.
I took 6.
Alrighty.
Well, you were in close proximity, so
Right, yeah, I mean, this makes sense.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Oh, you need your
straight
you
into a
need to make your intelligence check.
oh right, yeah. Okay, no, my it's not terrible, so I suppose I could potentially not make this, but it's actually more likely that I will. Oh yes, of course, I succeed the thing you don't want to succeed.
Okay. In your mind for a second, the maggots, they begin to turn into little balloons that float into the air. And as you see this, you are overwhelmed and you faint.
Yep, just faints dead away.
You just drop. Almost like a balloon popping yourself. Just bop.
Like nope, balloons, too much.
You hear the conductor scream and he's telling the driver, "Stop the tram! Stop the tram!" Which it does so. It's in the middle of the station somewhere. You hear the conductor, he's yelling to call for the police as well. Is there any response from the two that are still? It took a lot better. The conductor joins you, looking at the writhing maggots on the ground.
Very peculiar. Have I fallen asleep again?
Sir, no, you're wide awake.
I've never seen anything like that before in my life. What about you?
No, I don't think anyone's ever seen that before in their life. I've called the authorities. They're on their way.
Perfect. I don't know what you're going to tell them, though.
Can you get a psychology roll, maybe?
All
I don't
right.
know if anyone has that.
I do have psychology, 40 psychology. Oh, nice. I got an 11. So that is a hard success.
Yeah, this guy's eyes, he's crazed. He's like he's not outwardly like manic, but you can tell that this is not something loose at his head.
All right. I turn to Myles, and I'm like, so what about you?
this is a first for me as well. This has just been a bad day. I guess Miles will check on Erin and I don't know, see if we can try and wake her up or just I don't know, try and elicit a response from her.
Yeah, Aaron actually got a very good roll on their the length. They're coming to now. Aaron's eyes
You
slowly
okay?
opens and you see, I guess, the bearded man that is Miles Newsome looking down upon you.
Oh, I'm on the floor. What happened? Oh no, I remember what happened. Sits up. Oh, that's not good.
Yep, but the balloons are gone and you see the maggots writhing once more.
Just like kind of backs away some across the
Okay, you are now in underlying insanity. Which
yeah.
you did not get a good roll on, which I won't tell you beyond that.
Stands up and I don't know, did I drop what I had in my hand when I dropped
No,
to the
perhaps.
floor? Oh, okay.
I guess we'll just say that it just took your all your attention. It is a red rose that he pressed into your hand.
Oh, huh.
If you were to smell it, it smells faintly of decay and rot. Because it's kind of
Oh.
wafting up into the air. But otherwise, it looks like a fresh and normal, healthy rose, despite the smell. For some reason.
I think this is very not good. He, well, I'm worried about, contagions and like rummages around in their pack and pulls out a bunch of like sanitary wipes and is just like wiping off hands, puts the rose like on a seat. This doesn't make any sense. Oh, well, this doesn't make any sense. And that's interesting. And pulls out a weird little book and starts looking in the weird little book.
Keeper, are we able to smell it as well, or just Erin?
If you're close to them, then yes, you would smell it. It's coming up off of it.
All right.
Kind of like a trash can when the trash can goes bad, it comes up out of it.
It's a very strange. Perhaps it's some kind of botanist experiment. have heard of some plants giving off the smell of rotting meat to attract insects that they then consume various carnivorous plants, but they don't look as though to be a rose.
Oh, I think it's like a weird biohybrid that was made to smell like that.
It's an interesting idea.
I mean, he could have also just pulled it out of a trash can, I suppose, but I
That'll
don't know.
happen.
And then when he handed that to you, though, he said Black Heart Dawn.
Yes.
It just doesn't seem like, I don't know, seems related to what his the incident that occurred. I don't know if maybe it's not safe to touch.
Well, there's an old song, Delta Dawn. It says, Delta Dawn, what's that flower you have on? You heard that one?
No, I have not heard that song.
Well, maybe Blackheart Dawn has something to do with that.
Hmm.
Okay, as you were having that conversation, the maggots begin to they arrive a little faster, and then they transform into angry, buzzing black flies, and they begin to fill the carriage.
What the?
They aren't causing you any damage, but they are slapping against, your body as they
Uh,
fly around.
ah,
It would be the discomfort would be quite unbearable as they begin to go faster and faster.
we need to get out of here.
Yeah, is there somewhere we can go or?
The conductor's like, no one's going anywhere. And he goes over and he tries like the window is like it's a big window, but the tops have little spots that open. They're not big enough to crawl out of, but the flies they begin to fly out of the top of them.
Well, that's much too fast for a life cycle.
Yeah.
We
Conductor's
just
eyes
start.
are wide open. He says, "Well, somebody check through his clothes or something. What's his name?"
Well, I think you're the closest thing to an official here. Why don't you take point on that?
He takes 2 steps back. He just shakes his head, kind of no, stubbornly.
Oh, fine. Erin puts on some gloves on their stuff. And
Just like
we
imagining
releasing a
stretching
plague
blue
onto the
gloves.
city. Oh, spies. No. Yeah. She's gonna dig through.
Okay. Inside of his clothes, there's no wallet, but you do find a receipt and a folded piece of paper, which these are handouts. I would do it one at a time. This is the receipt. And
For the audio listeners, it says grounds for great coffee, Rose Street Cafe, 114A Rose Street, Edinburgh, Lothian, EH1 2RA. I don't know what these are. Cashier Bernie McCall, customer walk in. There's a purchase of an Americano for 2.3 euro. There's a vendor's tax applied to it for a total of 2.76 euro. Payment method was cash. And there's a date and transaction.
and then there is a folded piece of paper, which as you unfold it, you realize it is a website that was printed out.
Capital Ghost Hunters. What's going on at Old Calton? For the 4th time this year, we have received reports that something strange appears to be going on at Old Calton Burial Ground. Whilst other paranormal investigators, especially amateur ones, are more fascinated with the likes of Greyfriars Kirkyard, here at Capital Ghost Hunters, we are committed to uncovering evidence of the spirit world, whatever that might choose to manifest. With that in mind, we are planning an all-night stakeout at the cemetery soon. Our team will be using our cutting-edge equipment, experienced investigative skills, and our unique ability to tap into the other side to discover if there is anything at Old Calton trying to make contact with us. Be sure to stay tuned for further news, Jess. This is under ghostly news at that website. I want to go to that website if I can and explore the meet the team tab there. See if this guy is one of them.
You pull out your phone and then there's a slam on the door. It's the officers have arrived. The conductor opens the door for them, and you hear the police officer is talking to him. He's like, "What happened here?" The conductor responds. The conductor says that the passenger went temporarily insane, and he spewed blood all over the carriage, and he opened the door, and then he ran away. That's what you overhear him telling the police officer. There's no mention of the maggots or the flies.
He ran away naked.
And the officer steps in and says, "He ran away naked?"
His clothes are still on the floor, right?
Yes. That is all that's on the floor. And of course the
It's
blood is
like
spewed everywhere.
he spewed blood, stripped naked, and then ran.
And he looks at the other two in the carriage and says, "Do you corroborate this version of events?"
At first he was choking, so I can add that.
Okay.
But yeah, that's when he started spewing the blood. And yeah, he's gone now, as you can see.
All right. This is very, very strange, but I suppose it is late at night. I'm just going to collect his clothes and his blood. I don't see any reason to detain you. Everyone seems to agree to this version. Agree to what happened.
Just be careful though, because the way, if you look at that, and I look at like the basically projectile vomit line of blood there. Just be careful. Do you have gloves? Here's some gloves.
Like, well, thank
It's
you.
like it could be, something it could be contagious.
He was gonna do like the pen thing. Alright, he puts on his given gloves and he collects sample of the blood and takes the clothes with him and he leaves. The
Might,
tram. Sorry.
need to tell your cleaning team to get something stronger than bleach.
The conductor goes forward again into the driver's cabin and the tram begins to move forward once more until we arrive at Haymarket Station and doors open and everyone can leave.
I'll step off and
You
I'll
get
look to
off
them.
here
Just be like,
too?
we should definitely go to that graveyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
mean,
No,
did I find anything out about the particular team that was putting that thing at their
Yes,
about
the reason I stopped you because there's a whole like online research thing I wanted to do proper.
Oh, okay.
I definitely want to get all that in, so there's all the background.
Their website is so amateur that it's very hard to navigate on the phone, so I was easily pulled away from that.
Yes,
it's not formatted for mobile.
I guess you're all in the station. There's probably benches. You are all three strangers. I guess your interest is piqued. I don't know if you're all just kind of like nonchalantly sticking together or.
I'll just definitely, if the first thing that Erin does is pull out a phone, I'm going to be like, ooh, research, and pull out my phone and start going to the website as well.
And how is Myles taking this?
Myles is interested to find out the identity of the person as well. So he's maybe like hovering over like Erin's shoulder, just like, have you found him yet?
Yes, the website for Capital Ghost Hunters is easily found. It is an established site of a group of local paranormal investigators who frequently conduct investigations in and around Edinburgh's most haunted locations. You can tell that they don't seem to have achieved any convincing evidence of success, but it's clear this hasn't deterred them in the least. That particular article on the printed blog post you found on the tram victim is one of the latest of a series of articles concerned with paranormal activity at the city's graveyards. Greyfriars Kirkyard is mentioned, but the main point of interest seems to be the old Calton burial ground, which Capital Ghost Hunters appear to be convinced is a hotbed of strange activity. I'll say that's a summary of what you found when you were on that website. The woman's seems to be the running it is named Jess McAlpin. She has email and social media. All that kind of stuff is there.
Do I see pictures of the guy who just like exploded into maggots anywhere on the site?
No, and you were never actually able to see his face because it was covered. And
Oh, that's true. He
just
covered up
lowered his
until...
scarf to project the vomit.
Yeah.
It was clear that it was a man, apart from
just a
that.
glimpse of
Just a glimpse of red rushing forth.
I think I'll focus more on like what they think these ghosts do, or like what are the other stories around this old Calton graveyard. Like, why does anyone care? Right? The ghosts probably do something or curse people, or try to find out from that angle.
There does not appear to be anything that's speaking of that. You can you can email or contact the person, I guess.
I fill out a little contact us form, give them my email address.
Okay.
And I just put in, please, more information about old Calton ghosts. Anything about man exploding or maggots.
It's quite the email. Yeah, we'll say you get an answer back rather quickly. It's from Jess McAlpin. It says that team is doing a stakeout they are interested in outside help, and what you've given them seems to have interested them. Maggots, they're like, maggots, what? Exploding man, and question mark, question mark. And
Yes, and turn into flies.
like flies, question mark, question mark. And contact says it goes further to say, contact me back if you want to meet up later when I'm ready.
Guys, we got an invite. We got an invite. We should totally meet up with them. I'm talking to Jess right now.
Nice.
Ghost hunting.
Well, that's not how I saw my night going, but all right.
You did have firsthand contact with the Rose. It could be important.
Oh, speaking of, was this the end of the line keeper for the train?
Yeah.
Try to get back on there and see if I can grab that rose. I could be like, hey, I left something on there. I want to go grab the rose because I definitely like put that down and didn't want to touch it, but now I'm kind of like, it's not really good to have.
Okay. So you have the rose with you.
Yeah.
Possibly biological rose.
Put it in a baggie or something. It's not
Yeah. Okay. You did get the name on the receipt. If you would look up them, you may.
I mean, we could find out
Oh,
where he
that's
was
right.
last because that could be important. They could be, a contact or
Yeah, that's
whatever
right.
happened to him. Yeah, I'm concerned about, possible vectors of possible illness, regardless.
I mean,
Yes.
Rose Street Cafe. This
Mhm.
guy hands you a rose. There's so many
I
lines.
know. Were they just giving them out there? Did they grab it out of the trash can? I'm really not sure where this came from. Yeah. It is worth looking into. Yeah, so I will look up the little coffee shop.
Yeah, you easily find the Rose Street Cafe. It seems like modern, sleek, and trendy establishment. It seems to say the Rose Street Cafe, grounds for great coffee. Apart from that, it's just like just one of those boring food websites.
Is it near us or no?
Or if it's like on the way to like the cemetery, right? We're talking about meeting up at the cemetery with the ghost people.
We definitely were talking about that.
Yeah, it's called the Rose Street Cafe because it is quite literally on Rose Street. Seems to be in northern Edinburgh. You're on the Haymarket. I don't even think it has the Haymarket freaking station on this map. But yes, it would be quite easy to get there. But there's no mention of any of that kind of stuff on that website there.
Does it like show them selling roses that look like this rose or anything like that?
Nope, it's just a coffee shop. It's using the Rose Street imagery because it's located on Rose Street. You were given the name on a receipt, and you were told the words "Black Heart Dawn."
Okay.
And then I'm gonna probably go to like WebMD and be like, is there anything that like makes maggots grow inside of people?
Like a necrotizing disease.
Yeah.
What time is it? Ish?
It's a little after 11 though.
Okay. And then was Jessica saying that they were meeting tonight, or was it going to be in the future?
She merely told you that she will contact you when she's ready for more information. Well, the good thing about modern games is I can just look it up myself, and maggots grow inside the host as part of a parasitic infection called myiasis. Myiasis. I don't know how to say this word, but from infections it could. There's definitely nothing on any search that you would do that you would just turn into a pile of maggots.
Right, yeah. Yeah. Erin's like frantically looking up like infection vectors for like that disease, to see if like it could be just passed. I'm glad the Heimlich is from behind, because otherwise that would have been the end of me, I'm sure.
Yeah, I was contemplating doing that.
I don't know. So do you want to exchange contact info? When do you think that? Do you know how soon she'll get back to us? Should we go over there now and take a look, or?
I'm up for that if you guys are. I mean, I'm a little concerned about these bugs that just sort of like are out in the city now.
Yeah, we could have just let a plague out, but when the cops came, they were going to come in anyway.
Yeah, maybe it's nothing, but I imagine I'm not going to be able to get any sleep tonight, so.
Me neither. Sorry.
I think I'm gonna have to get some bigger boots. If anyone else turns into a bunch of maggots, I'm just gonna smash them. Smash them real good.
Not a bad idea, but you'll have to do it in 3 minutes.
Yeah, before they turn into flames.
We're trying to flies. I'm down to check it out. I don't think I'm going to be sleeping at all. At least until I can get some kind of answer.
Yeah, I'm awake now.
I'll say that it looks like the coffee shop opens at 8 and probably closes at like 8 at night.
Yeah,
Okay, so
wouldn't
they're
make sense for anything unless it was 24 hours to be open.
And I'll prompt, you can look up Blackheart Dawn and you can look up Bernie McCall, the name on the receipt.
That's just the a guy who works at the coffee shop, right? Is that how am I reading that correctly?
We'll say that you put that name in thinking that, and then a search reveals the social media presence of a young woman. As you start to scroll through, you deduce that she is a fan of local music. Several of her posts feature footage and photos of local bands playing live. There are some photos of Bernie McCall at her workplace, which appears to be a small and modern cafe, the Rose Street Cafe. So we've already previously looked that up. Other posts are mainly concerned with her passionate backing of climate change, with most being shares of memes and other users' content. Then it gets a little stranger as her self-portraits indicate a happy and popular person who loves to use novelty filters. There are dozens of these that she turns herself into a princess, a supermodel, various animals, and cartoon characters. And this is where it turns strange. Her favorite filter appears to be one that turns her into an undead monster, as she's posted the most amount of pictures using that particular filter. I do have a little picture of this. She's a small woman with she's short, but she has a medium build. She dresses in black, and it contrasts with her striking platinum blonde hair. She's in her early 20s. She's quite attractive. She loves to turn herself into some undead monster looking thing with filters.
Huh. Oh, city's just full of weird people, ain't it? We're some of them.
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
Well, we should definitely go visit this coffee shop, see if this lady remembers, the man in the morning.
I start typing in on Google, see if there's any local bands playing tonight.
I imagine there would be loads of them, but I don't know how you would dig through that information.
Any that she
Yeah, I'll just cross-reference, see if any of the names are bands she's posted about.
Yeah, one is called Blackheart Dawn.
Oh,
Hey guys, I found it.
busted.
Blackheart Dawn, won't you come? Sorry, that's the wrong band. Look, this is the name of the band they're playing. I should clarify. Are they playing tonight?
Let's say you put the phrase in to get some clarification, and there's little else that mention that specific phrase, but you can clearly there are two links that identify it as being the title of an Edinburgh-based death/shock metal band. The band itself has no website or social media presence to speak of, which seems odd for a band, which would suggest that it's either new, amateur, or maybe just wants to be anonymous for some reason.
I bet you this is one of those secret names that a more popular band sometimes does secret shows under. I can't find anything about Blackheart Dawn, but this woman liked it, I guess.
Is this like the musical version of Banksy? Is that what this is?
Basically.
Oh, that's weird.
And that dude said it. I mean, it can't be a coincidence, I think.
No. This is all connected somehow.
We should see if there's any local music venues. Maybe we'll run into that woman.
Okay, so there are two links. If we were to click on the first one, that is what you would see, which is the first link is a music video on a video sharing platform, which I guess doesn't have a name, but the song is entitled A Red, Red Rose. And as you play the video, it is a low budget affair. It features grainy black and white footage of cemeteries and gravestones, jump cut with photographs that are obviously intended to be monsters and demons. One of the scenes features a blonde-haired young woman walking past a distinctive tombstone. Is the sound on your phone on as you're watching this video, or?
Yeah, sure. It's just blasting.
All right. I will take a Artcraft music roll. I guess one of you has that, or the violin, which I will allow to stand in for that.
Okay.
I definitely don't. So that's all you.
Yeah.
40 from 47, so success.
All right. You can tell with your musically inclined ear that they have a moderate amount of talent, but the music is very derivative of other kinds of this type genre of music. And I guess I could take an electronics roll, which I think Trevor has electronics.
Let me see.
Or was it computer?
I definitely have computer use, that's for
Yeah,
sure.
I'll allow computer to stand in.
Okay. Oh, I got a 99 over 60.
It's not a fumble, but I guess the maggots kind of distracting
Yeah.
you today.
Yeah.
You try to think on, you just kind of shrug. All right, the video itself has very low views. Comments
Ready
read,
for more?
"You guys rocked. Love filming with you guys." And Bernie McCole is one of the people who is the person who said that. And then finally, this is the kind of lame shit that gives the Edinburgh scene a bad name. So your typical Google comment.
Hmm.
My parents hate me. That's my username. I think they're an edgy teen, obviously.
Well, she said filming, and then there was gravestones in the
Yeah.
background. They probably film at the cemetery, but
Oh yeah, what if it's that one?
I will take a knowledge roll as you think on the cemetery.
I got a 30 out of 48.
Okay. Miles is sure that the location of the video is the Greyfriars Kirkyard, which itself is one of the city's oldest historic cemeteries. And of course, anyone else succeeded will realize the same thing.
Failed. I probably avoid.
You
I avoid cemeteries.
almost like a balloon head popped up and distracted you.
People bring balloons to those places. I don't usually go there during the day.
Okay, and as I said in the beginning, there is a second link. Is a review of one of the band's gigs from a couple months ago on a site called Edinburgh Underground. This one I will leave for someone to read.
So, Edinburgh Underground. All shock and no awe. Blackheart Dawn, The Tunnels, March 2nd, 2023. In their minds, Blackheart Dawn no doubt believes themselves to be a force of musical nature, a whirlwind of metallic chaos sending out jagged barbs of sonic mayhem and aural thunder. In reality, they are like a schlocky horror pantomime dreamed up by a teenager raised on nothing but 1970s grindcore movies, who still lives with their parents. Yes, there are quite literally buckets of blood, and yes, at one point, Rick R. Mortis appears to execute an audience member live on stage. But come on, they're not fooling anyone, probably least of all themselves. And whilst a certain element of their hardcore following were apparently lost in rapturous adulation, this reviewer was left cold and unmoved. They were much better when I interviewed them in their rehearsal rooms last week, and Donna Bella played me a solo acoustic version of new number A Red Red Rose, infinitely better than the buzzsaw butchery that the full band subjected the same song to tonight. On the basis of this show, I'll not become one of their unhallowed faithful as their fans have taken to calling themselves. I do, however, hope that the red food dye washes out my t-shirt. Review by Brian Miller, and then it provides Brian Miller's email.
email Brian Miller. Did that blood ever come out? Question mark.
All this soliciting people.
I know. Trevor's just like, I'm just gonna bother everyone. I love it.
I mean, he was pretty forward about his problems. It's two
Yeah.
strangers on a train.
Trevor is gonna be the face somehow, apparently.
You get a response back that says, "No, I threw it away. Who are you? A fan?"
I was someone who read your review, and I think there was a little bit more to Blackheart Dawn than maybe it was at first apparent.
All right, a little bit goes by, and he says, "I would like to talk about that sometime. I need to finish some things up, and I will give you a meeting place and time later on. Does this work for you?"
Yes, that is acceptable. Send.
All right. You get a thumbs up back.
The guy who wrote the article, Brian Miller, would like to meet with us at some point as well. That'll be good.
Dude, Trevor, you're making all the connections tonight.
I think that he said he hoped to die came out of his shirt, but he said he threw the shirt away. I think it's because it didn't come out. I think it's because it was really blood.
Okay, that is the end of my my planned online research that you could do. Just to be open about it, because I could literally look up anything, so I have to be more prompt with it. All right, so it is probably just say it's about midnight now. The Roastery Cafe will open at 8 in the morning if all three have formed into a team and choose to investigate it tomorrow.
I'll airdrop my information to them.
Okay.
I don't know. Do you want to go to the cemetery tonight?
So, just to confirm, Keeper, So the tombstone that was in the music video, that's not where have we seen that before?
Greyfriars
Yeah,
is
it's
what.
Greyfire's character. That's
Yeah.
basically what tipped you off. That's probably what your knowledge roll revealed. Like, oh, okay, I saw that somewhere. It's Greyfire's character.
Greyfriars is like the most, you know, well known supposedly haunted graveyard.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Edinburgh's like the most haunted city in the whole freaking world. So, according to reports by people who are into that stuff.
You also have a family history with weird stuff. Depending on how much your character actually knows of his descendant. The other way around.
I imagine that what would he have been, my great grandfather?
Yeah, it was like what, 23 that happened? So yeah.
Yeah. My father, no, my great grandfather, I think he was kind of like I've heard of him as like
Mm.
sort of like the black sheep of the family, but just that he was like a weirdo that didn't get much sleep.
Imagine it's probably like a game of telephone where they tell this, it changes every generation what they tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, he becomes more wild, more drunk. Well, I am willing to cancel all my busking plans if you guys want to go check out this graveyard.
Yeah, I'm down for sure.
Let's do it. All right. Adventures.
Middle of the night, we go over to the graveyard. That's missed it. 1 second.
Only appropriate time to visit a graveyard.
That's true. Although you did just see a person turn into maggots.
How are we getting there?
That is true. How are you getting there?
I'm going to suggest a taxi. How does
Yeah.
everybody?
You can taxi or Uber.
All right.
Perfect. I sleep on the car right there.
Oh no. Will we be able to wake him?
What is it? On the way there, I make a point of going back to the music video and disliking it.
That'll show.
Awesome.
All right. The Greyfriars Kirkyard is an ancient burial ground that is close to the heart of the old town. Originally within the city walls, many famous and illustrious souls lie here in repose, including the famous dog, Greyfire's Bobby. And what is your plan here?
I kind of want to look for the one that looks like they filmed in front of it.
Okay. You probably can have the video up in your hand, I suppose, and you wander around and you look for the distinctive tombstone.
Yep.
And yeah, you do find it.
All right. I'm going to search around the area. Not that I have any experience with it, but I'm basically going to try to find evidence. Since I know people were out here, I'm going to see if I can see any, like, I don't know, cigarette butts, lens caps, anything that got left behind at all.
I'm
You know.
looking for roses.
I will call for a heart spot.
Oh, yeah. You're down for that. I'm going to need a 30 or better. I got a 24. Look at that.
Okay.
Yeah, just a regular success for me. So,
All right. Looks like Trevor has got it. You were near something called the Covenanter's Prison. It's a strip of land known as the Covenanter's Prison, which contains several mausolea, and they are separated from the main body of the graveyard and secured by a locked gate. And you were near there. You find that the gate is locked. Yeah, the gate to the Covenanter's Prison is locked, but it's in a seldom visited part of the graveyard. You will need a hard locksmith roll to open it, or you need to climb it. Climb
I'm
roll.
going to search around to see if there's like any place where they cut through, or maybe where there's a bigger gap. Even if it's fruitless, I think I would try that first rather than climbing.
And I'll keep your hard spot hidden earlier. No, you were sure that there was nothing like that.
Well, they probably climbed over then. I doubt they had a key.
Yeah, there's definitely no key anywhere that would be. You'd even know who would have that. It's just some old gate in the graveyard. So yeah, you're gonna need a climb roll to get over it, or somebody's gonna have to do a hard locksmith roll to get this old lock open somehow.
Yep, this is where they filmed it.
Think there might be something in there.
try to climb over. Just
Yeah,
a regular
let's
climb,
try.
right?
Yep,
Okay.
regular climb.
I got an 11. So out of 20. So success.
Okay.
Look at you.
Myles clambers over. You see his violin just shaking on his back, probably as he climbs up.
Just making string sounds like
Yeah. All right. Is the other two trying to climb or letting it go?
I'm just gonna let him go. I think it's too risky for me. I'm like not a very athletic person, so I just
Alright.
assume I won't do
Alright, Miles makes this
Give it a
move.
shot. Oh,
It-
look. I apparently you have shown the way, Miles.
Wow. You just climb right up on up there.
Um,
You you feel so sure of yourself that you get a sanity point back to surprise yourself.
nice.
Probably muttering, fuck those balloons. All right. Fortunately, Trevor is on the other side, and there does not appear to be any way to open this gate from that side, as it remains locked on that side as well.
Oh, this is one of those. Well, sorry, we can't let you in. Keep a watch.
Yeah,
it. Do you
be
think I
like
should
that.
try climb?
You can try. It wasn't that hard. I thought it would be hard, but it wasn't.
Oh no.
Okay, I'm gonna try to
Gonna
hoist
set
myself
yourself
up.
up for failure.
Yeah, you saw
Oh
this
yeah,
person who's a little older than you, just clamber up with no problem.
yeah. I get a maybe that gives me a false sense of confidence as I get a 76 over 20.
Yeah, you make it about halfway up, and you just kind of stop and slide back down.
Can I push the roll?
You may push the roll. What is your justification?
I try to take like a running
All right, he tries again, backs
charge
up.
at the door. Maybe I tried to pull the Jackie Chan maneuver that where, like, pushes off on one of the bricks and tries to get himself a little bit higher before grabbing the top of the fence.
Oh, please succeed.
I got a 75 over 20.
All right, he takes a running leap. He jumps up, and instead of sliding down, he just slams right into it. You would take 1 point of damage.
I'm just in business. I'm kind of like almost like dressed business casual. I imagine that like whatever blazer I'm wearing is just torn to shreds now. It's got caught on there. I'm like, oh,
All right, we'll say you
like
took a point of
that
damage,
jacket.
and you tore your clothes.
I like that jacket.
Sorry, Trevor.
It's okay. Maybe I'll just I'll keep watch. How about that?
Yeah, we'll be right back.
The second they're out of sight, I fall asleep.
Oh no. Yeah. So let's go take a look.
Yeah.
See what we can see.
All right, as you enter here, you see that there is a mausoleum, and around the base of this mausoleum, you see red roses growing around it. It's very similar to the one that you were given. The smell of death and decay kind of wafts up from these all these roses.
Hmm.
Now, are they living or are they just strewn about?
They are they're strewn about.
So they're not. This isn't like growing here and smelling this weird way.
We'll say like a couple seem like they're growing, the rest have been plucked and thrown to the ground.
I mean, this has to be where they're coming from. Or it has to be related. I don't know. Like the fact that it's like the same kind of rose, smell, everything.
And yes, I'll just say that you're sure that it's the same rose.
Yeah, I think the smell would like definitely get that away.
Okay.
Do we want to try and? You said this is a mausoleum, so like, is it
Yep.
openable?
Nope, it appears that the entrance is very tightly sealed. Unfortunately, someone would need to do a hard locksmith roll on it.
Not a skill we have.
I'll give it a try. No promises.
Alright.
I dabble in locksmithing.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Oh, I got a wow. I'm lucky. I got a 6 out of 25, so hard success.
Okay. He opens the Miles gets his I guess he has some kind of lockpick. And then he pops open the door and inside.
Hello.
Yeah, he says hello into the inside and there's no response. The inside is very cold and dark, and the faint smell of decay wafts up from it. Wafts up from inside of it as you open it.
Turn on the flashlight on my phone, pointing just like down and into my hand.
All right,
Shine it
use
into the interior.
your phone lights it up enough to see a stone slab with a metal ring set in it in the floor and in the ground, should I say.
There's a crypt.
Hmm.
Does it look like this room has been opened anytime recently?
No, the doesn't seem like it was.
So that seal was like sealed since whenever the bodies were last.
And we don't make out any other like roses or anything coming from inside the mausoleum.
Nope, they're all around it.
Okay.
Usually there's like little plaques in the walls, like people are entombed in the mausoleum itself. Is there anything like that? Any like names that seem significant or anything like that?
Spot hidden, please.
I got
I failed.
I got a 20 out of 43, so hard success.
Okay, there's no real names in there, but there are two stone coffins that are inside of there. They both seem to be tightly sealed. You see, and with your spot hidden as you are looking around, you see a loose stone in the wall that hasn't been pushed back.
When you say tightly sealed, you mean like, I don't know, it's like reinforced sealed, like something odd, or it's just like, oh, these are on here really tight.
Yeah, these are just like old stone coffins that have it's very heavy. It's been laying there for quite a many years.
Uh-huh. I guess I would like to check out you said there was like a stone that didn't look
Yeah.
like it was pushed back.
And as you look there, it's inside of it, there's like a carved recess. It is the shape and size of a skeletal finger, but is empty. There is no finger in there.
Oh, okay.
Basically just a little empty hole.
Yeah, but it's like definitely finger shaped.
You find a secret?
I did. If I put my finger in the hole, does anything happen?
No, your finger
Okay.
just gets very dusty.
Darn.
Shall we go below since we're here?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, I attempt to hands on that ring and pull the door open.
Now we need a strength roll. Nope, you pull, you feel a little pain in your back as you try to lift it up, but fail.
Can I try to assist?
Yep.
Just another strength roll.
Yeah.
Success. 37 out of 40.
Okay, you pop up the metal ring or the stone slab with the metal ring on it. Stairs are leading down,
All right, let's go.
No.
and are we leaving Trevor behind?
I tried to get over. Audience saw it.
Should we tell him first?
Yeah, we should let him just, in case we disappear or something.
Yeah. So, especially if there's still no one seems to be around right now, run back over and say to Trevor. Okay, here's the thing. All those roses, like the other rose, they're all around this mausoleum, and this mausoleum is inside. It's got a crypt underneath, and we're in. We've opened it up. We want to go down. Are you sure you want to stay out here? Maybe I can give you a hand up from this side and make it easier for you.
Maybe. I tried to get in earlier.
I know.
I try to
Here.
shake the bars a little bit so they seem like really fragile.
This is a big, thick gate.
So what I want to do is keep her to help is like, put my hands through from the other side of the gate and like make a stirrup for his foot to make it easier.
We will say that he gets a beep on his phone. It's from Jess McAlpin asking you to meet up with her at the Red Rose Cafe tomorrow.
I say I pull the phone out of my pocket. I check it. I go, hey, we're invited to Red Rose Cafe tomorrow morning. I show them the phone, but I doubt they can really even see it in the time that I'm showing it them before I put it back in my pocket. I pull it back out, send a thumbs up emoji, and put it back. All right, ready to give this another shot, huh? I try to put both my hands up and steel myself and do another climb.
All right.
51, and I only have a 20. So I don't know how helping me works. Do I get to roll another die? Or...
You can probably roll a bonus die.
Okay, let me roll a bonus.
Place the tens. Give you one more try.
Oh, that's a 31. Still not enough.
Yeah. You just whatever you try, you just cannot get this man over this fence or over this gate.
Are there like loose stones that I can pile up to make myself a platform? Or...
Probably not.
Full headstones that got knocked over.
We'll put them back, we swear.
Just parkour off another mausoleum.
Yeah, there you
jump
go.
over the side like a flying ninja.
Well, I can try and lockpick this one. I mean,
try it.
yeah, you know what? Let's.
Because you did a thing over there.
It's just a regular success.
Yeah, it's not enough. This old gate just pulled that open.
Sorry, don't know anything about locks. If it was cybersecurity, I'd have a chance.
What kind of lock is the lock on the gatekeeper?
It's like a very secure old lock.
Yeah, but it's just like a lock set into the actual gate, right?
Mm.
How badly do we want you to get in here? Because there's one other thing I could try, but it'd be really loud.
Are you talking about a gun?
Yeah,
That might work.
Brilliant.
look around, see if there's anybody around.
Hmm.
All right, I'm gonna do this. We're already breaking the law, right?
In all fairness, I was considering trying to hit it with my violin
Yeah,
or
if I
something.
had a crowbar, I would literally crowbar, attempt to crowbar this despite not being strong. But I do not have that. But I do have a gun. Pull it out, load it up. All right, both of you get way back because metal. I'm gonna point blank at the block and fire.
You hear it's a very loud sound in the still of the night. The lock does not break, but you hear the bang clang off of it.
It always works in the movies.
Maybe you hear in the distance, so say, "Hey, what's going on over there?"
Oh shit! I duck down awkwardly as though I can hide.
Yes, a man walks up. Is like, "What the hell is going on over here?"
I don't know. Someone shot at us.
Someone shot at you?
Yes.
I put the gun away in my bag.
Well, that gate is locked for a reason. You two should not be over there.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you. The guy made us.
The guy?
Yeah. One who shot at us. He said, get over there. Or you're in trouble."
And he looks up at you, climbed all the way up that?
Yeah. But it actually wasn't as hard as I thought. I guess when you're motivated.
I see. Well,
But our friend here couldn't get.
Yeah.
not many can. How about you come over here and you can get on out of here?
Oh, what's your name, by the way?
My name is Jimmy.
It's nice to meet you, Jimmy. I'm Trevor.
Are you the groundskeeper person?
That I am, and I would appreciate it if you would get on out of here now. It is rather late.
Yeah, it's
Sure.
been a strange night. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm glad you were there, or somebody might have got shot.
All right.
You ever have any problems with kids coming out here and drinking?
Every now and again.
What about shooting spooky videos like the Blair Witch Project?
I don't think I ever saw that one.
Oh, I just figured that'd be in the age of social media, that'd be the cool thing to do. Hang out, look for ghosts.
Man's probably in his mid-50s. You doubt you probably ever looked at social media.
I'm surprised that you don't see that more often.
Well, no, I don't think I ever have seen that. Maybe they were much more quiet than a gun going off, I suppose.
Perhaps. Well, you're a lifesaver, Jimmy. What do you say we get on out of here? Stephen, Joseph.
Yeah,
Yes.
Thanks.
That is my name.
I guess you guys can just climb up over it like you did before.
You
Jimmy,
can't let us out?
No. Well, you got yourself into it. You're gonna have to get yourself out of it.
Damn.
Don't necessarily have the keys to this old thing right on me.
But it exists, or no?
Sure, I could scrounge it up from somewhere, but
Well, I could try to give you a boost like you were doing,
I mean, you guys already made your clay roll. Let you make it back over without rolling it.
Oh, but it would be so funny if you you can't expel us because you don't have the key.
Make him go get the key. Fail on purpose.
He's like, well, if I leave and get the key, I'll be coming back with the authorities.
That's not very nice. You're no better than the guy who was gonna shoot me. He didn't shoot me because I made it over.
Well, I'm not trying to shoot you. I'm just trying to get you out of here.
Right. Going back over. It's not nearly as easy this time.
Yeah. A little angry as you put your hands on it. All right, then.
He's lucky I'm not a violent person.
And he kind of puts his back to the gate, like, all right, guys, I guess I'll be on your way now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna wander into any more cemeteries in the middle of the
I
night.
think I'm
That's for
1920.
Cthulhu will always be 1920s in my heart. All right, well, that seems to be a bust for now. What's the next move?
Well, I'm pretty tired. Guess we can go get some shut-eye, 8 a.m. or whatever the time was tomorrow at the Rose Cafe.
All right, yeah, we can meet up.
So next lead.
Okay, let's head
Um,
to-
I never figured out like where I stay out here, but maybe my dad can be in Edinburgh.
yeah, we're usually really loose on the information where people live.
I'll catch an Uber to his house, I guess.
All right. I know that I put down Erin's character just has an apartment somewhere.
Right? Apartment in the city somewhere.
These details never really matter to me,
Mhm.
honestly. And I
It's
guess
obviously somewhere near Haymarket because
yeah, you were coming back to the Haymarket, so
Mhm.
and I guess as well. This Myles just has an apartment somewhere, or some other strange living arrangement you want to tell us?
Just that I have a cat. I need to feed my cat. I suppose I should feed my cat.
Yes, that's very important. It's probably already meowing at the door. It's anything like my freaking cat.
Why are you late?
Pooped on the carpet to show you
I'm
it's
starving.
I'm sorry, things just happened.
We shall move forward to the next day. We'll make it, I guess, just bright and early, 8 a.m. at the opening. The Rose Street Cafe on a Tuesday. You all arrive your separate ways. Front of the Rose Street Cafe. It's on Rose Street. As I said before, the cafe is a modern, sleek, and trendy establishment with sparse, loft-style decor and young, hip staff members. And you see the sign out front that was the same thing on the website, the Rose Street Cafe. Grounds for great coffee. Through the window, you can see that there were two staff members working, a bearded young man with smiling eyes and a middle-aged woman with part-shaved purple hair. She seems to be very warm and welcoming.
I stop outside the window and I look at everything posted in the window without going in.
Anybody looking for specifically? So getting started.
No, I just kind of want to.
All right.
Well, actually, yes, I want to see if there's any Blackheart Dawn like flyers.
Oh no, definitely
We're performing tonight. Be there for B Square.
not.
When Erin rolls up, like they already have an espresso coffee cup in their hand that they have just finished, and then they toss it in like a trash can on the street, and then like immediately is just like, yes, more coffee, and goes in and orders like yet another espresso. Like there's not enough coffee for this day.
Yep, you are serviced by the bearded young man. He just goes to get you the coffee, no problem.
Oh, thanks. Hey, where's Bernie?
Bernie, he side eyes the older woman, and she walks over and she says, "Well, hello, my name's Jenny Sinclair. I'm the manager. You're asking about Bernie. Are you one of her friends?"
Yeah, well, she serves me the coffee sometimes.
Oh, you're a customer. I don't think I've ever seen you
Yeah.
before, but all right. Just
I
can't
just
remember
think
everybody.
she's cute.
Yeah, well, she gets a lot of that. No, I haven't seen her well, she's been absent without leave for 2 days, and
Oh no.
I'm worried and I'm annoyed because I have to pick up the slack and I have a bunch of feelings on this.
Well, that's not good at all.
Yeah, she's always been a quiet, but no, she's a very good worker, but
I pull up her social media and see when the last time she posted was.
been a couple weeks since our last post.
Oh shit!
The date that's on the receipt, would that have been like her last, was that like just hanging around in his pocket for a while, or was that like the last day that she worked?
Oh, that
Trying to
says
like line up dates.
says March 20th. Started on the 27th, it's now the 28th.
Oh, okay, so it wasn't like the very last day she was seen.
No, so it was over a week ago.
Did she have anybody in here bothering her? Because that might be why, like that's a reason why people would just kind of disappear or lay low. Did she have like a stalker or something?
No, I don't think anyone ever bothers her. I mean, she's good with the customers, actually. She has a very good way of putting them at ease, but I don't think anyone ever bothered her.
Okay,
She's being a
that's
little
good.
reticent. You can try charm or persuade here, depending on your approach. And I'll allow anyone to try that. So imagine you're all standing there.
Do a charm.
I'll try it.
Try charm.
All right.
Fail from me.
Okay. Is it a bad fail?
It's a 48.
Okay. Yeah. I say it was just a couple points to spend back, but never mind.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bother trying.
Well, I don't really feel I guess I don't feel comfortable talking about her anymore. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude,
No, no,
but
no, that's fine. She's young, right? Hopefully she's just fine, just being irresponsible like, the younger generation is sometimes.
oh yeah, since she rolls her eyes.
I just hope she's okay. I was expecting to see her, I haven't seen her the last couple times I've passed by. Figured I'd stop in today and ask. But yeah, that's scary, and I hope you hear from her and I hope she's okay.
Oh, I'm sure everything will be fine. And as you're looking around, you're the only customers in there. There's the other staff member. There is a staff room in the back. There's a bathroom. I don't know what approach you're taking here to get more information.
They do have like a seating area, right?
Yeah,
So we're
there's
gonna
seats everywhere.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I've bought like a triple seating, like the hugest
Yes.
latte that I could get with like extra sweetness in it.
Roll to not get diabetes.
Oh no, I'm sure I already have it.
Oh, jeez. Oh, no.
It's okay, it's a slow death. The mythos will kill you faster.
You're gonna say, Trevor?
I order two of the largest coffee beverages I can with additional shots in them. And I will definitely down those. But while I'm waiting, I just kind of like look at the smiley eyes bartender, and I'm like, "Hey, you look like a trendy guy."
I tried to be. Thanks, I guess.
Whereas, I heard Edinburgh music scene, underground. Here, that's like some of the best stuff. Like, what do you recommend?
He just kind of thinks and is like, that was more Bernie's thing. She was into that stuff.
Oh, okay. Not really a music guy. That's okay. Uh, well, I'll tell you, if you ever want to go, I heard of the place called the Tunnels. You ever heard of that?
I mean, there's tunnels everywhere in this city, I've heard. Never actually been down to one. Seems kind of, I don't know, spooky.
Yeah, seems kind of cool. I've heard bands playing down there. Like, I don't want to use the term illegal, but like kind of pop up shows.
Well, I'm sorry, man. It's just not my scene.
Oh, no worries. I start down in coffees.
You guys need to take it easy with that. Usually we just get regular coffees here.
No, you see, I have a series of sleep disorders, and I talk about it for several minutes.
Alright, he is the guy. He's just like he's trying to be, the nice staff member. Just
He got into more than he was bargaining for.
Most people try to make it a joke, but see, it's not really funny. I'm not the person I used to be, and then something grabs my attention, and I finally stop talking to him. And I go, Myles, right? So, yeah, like, what do you think? I mean, it's been gone for 2 days.
It's definitely not a good sign.
You want to
And
check on her?
as Miles is like pondering this, he's incredibly exhausted. He didn't get any sleep, and he is refusing to drink coffee, just as a personal choice. But yeah, I mean, if we can get some more information on Bernie, it'd be nice to like, I don't know, follow up with her and maybe find out because she seems connected to this, right? Like anything connected to this like band.
Yeah, she's definitely involved with that. Does the coffee taste weird or give me any weird sensations?
No, it's just what you put double shots or whatever, and it's just very strong.
All right.
It's definitely what you expect it to be, though.
I mean, it also has grounds, like burial grounds, like cemetery grounds. This is like grounds for coffee. It's almost like it's trying to draw a distinction between the coffee grounds and the other types.
Oh, Miles, by the way, orders a hot chocolate to try and like wake himself up.
Bearded guy very quickly brings it out.
I guess one thing I'm curious, do you think that they filmed that music video like legally, like with permission from the gravesite, or
No, I specifically asked about people filming music videos and he didn't say anything.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, it would have been at night, wouldn't it? So
It seemed like he was the guy with the key, so it seems like he would have had to have been involved if they got in there legally.
and then he would probably have known where the damn key was. Damn Jimmy.
You didn't Jimmy the lock for you.
If only I made the climb investigator.
This is the second time that climbs have like destroyed us.
A for effort, though. That's all that really matters.
All right.
Note to self, if ever have some extra points lying around, put into Clive. You never know when it might be useful. Or you can just always bring a criminal along.
Yeah. All right, there's definitely more to learn here. I don't know what your tactic is. There's a staff room. You can push the people harder.
I'm kind of waiting on them to make the moves, just because I think I've made this guy pretty uncomfortable, and I think the same thing would happen if I spoke to this older woman. She seems nice. She shouldn't have to deal with me.
I'm gonna try to look Bernie up on like one of those personal information. Like look her up in like the white pages, basically. Don't think that's gonna work because the UK actually has data privacy laws that actually worth a damn. But
Yeah, you don't really find anything pointing to her address or anything like that. She just has her prolific social media. That's about it.
That's actually a good point. I want to start watching some of those videos, and I want to see if she posted anything of these supposed sacrifices that they do on stage.
She's very involved in like a lot of like local bands, like kind of like you were asking earlier, but doesn't seem to really match that one.
All right, I just keep watching videos, doing
The
scroll.
videos are like on the phone, they're kind of low quality.
I absorb a lot of really dark rooms with red light.
so she doesn't like post normal like I'm heading to the wherever selfies.
No, she's very socially
Feel cute.
conscious.
Might
Yeah.
go out
Yeah.
today.
She starts talking about the climate. She's talking about the bands. She doesn't seem to have any other interests. And she posts like pictures of herself looking like a zombie. She's a very peculiar person.
Is there a particular like climate activism group that she is involved with, by the way?
She seems to be one of the people who just kind of talks about it. There's no real like dedication there. Maybe there's a slight feeling it's just for internet points.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
She cares, but she wouldn't go out of her way. You kind of get the feeling.
Right. It's like she would sign a petition, but she's not gonna like show up to protests.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is there anything? Do they sell the paper here? It's a coffee shop.
Yeah, there would be the paper in there, I'd say.
Yeah, I'm like just buy the paper and take a look and see if there's any mention of our weird mystery man and like the strange incident on the on the rail last night.
No, you thumb through it. There's definitely nothing. It doesn't seem like it would made the paper.
Are there any papers from previous days?
I guess there would be, yeah.
I try to grab one from like the day before, which I guess yesterday and maybe the day before that, since she would have disappeared 3 days ago now, maybe. I just want to see if there's any like missing persons or anything like that.
No, not really. It's nothing that really matches up with what you saw. Not that, although like you, they probably wouldn't have said anything about it either.
Well, I just mean like the girl missing, Bernie.
Oh no, she's definitely not missing. It doesn't seem like she's been reported or.
Okay.
And according to the manager, it's only been 2 days for her.
I'll go up to the young man who's working and I'll be like, so I'm gonna tell you, I don't want to get Barney in trouble or anything, but there was a reason extra why I was asking about her today. I don't want to tell our manager, but there was this really weird guy on the train home last night after I got off work, and he seemed really sick, and he left his coat and all his outer clothes, and then he ran off and he was choking and coughing up blood, and it was not a good scene, right? Kind of scary stuff. And one of the things that was in his coat pocket was a receipt from here, which is why brought it back to my mind. Barney's name was on it.
Oh,
Like she served him, and now I come in and I'm looking for her, just being like, oh yeah, nice girl, let's check on her, and she's missing. I'm concerned.
okay. So you think this customer stalked her or something?
Well, that was my thought, but your boss didn't say she noticed anything, or that. I mean, did Bernie seem different to you the last time you saw her?
No, Bernie's very quiet actually. She's not really one for gossiping or
Just like all the time.
yeah, she's always on her phone talking or she got your headphones on getting yelled at by the manager, Miss Sinclair.
Yeah, she loved our music.
Yeah, that's about all I know about her actually, that she loves music.
Well, did she like leave work with anybody in particular last time she was here? I just want to make sure she's okay, I mean, if I can. But I don't, you know.
Well, I appreciate it, but no, she definitely didn't leave with anybody.
Did she talk about any of the weird events she went to? Because I know she was into like the alt music scene.
Oh, she went at that, was it Heart Black Dawn thing or Black Heart Dawn?
Yeah, yeah, that one.
Yeah. Something about blood spewing in the audience. That seems silly to me.
Yeah, did she say?
Oh, I know she had a flyer for it. It would be in her locker.
Do you keep them locked or?
Kind of chuckles. It is a locker, yes. Sorry,
Well,
that's
I
a
mean,
bad
I didn't
joke. I
know,
shouldn't say that to a
but
customer. I apologize.
I don't know how good your workplace trust is here. Could just
Um,
be a cubby you shove stuff in.
I mean, like I wouldn't have a problem with you looking in her locker, but Miss Sinclair, right? Kind of leans forward conspiratorially. Maybe you want to distract her. I don't know. I don't want to suggest things. I feel like if we get the police involved, it'd take forever. They kind of he stops himself from swearing. These freaking police do anything.
Be like, you know, looking over at Myles and Trevor. Like, can you talk to the lady?
I walk over and I'm like, could you go? Could you go grab it? It's perfectly normal for you to be back there. I can talk to her and distract her if you want. She probably doesn't want to hear about my sleep disorders, but I mean, I got a good 5 minute bit on that.
Did you say it to the guy or to them? Sorry, I missed it.
To the guy, yeah.
Okay, yeah. He kind of has a pained face and look on his face, and he tries to composes himself, puts his customer face back on. Yeah, I think those stories would work on just about anybody, sir.
All right, I meander on over to Sinclair, or near where she's at. Is she like back there or out front?
Let's say she was like just over wiping down some tables, maybe, or
All right,
she,
I'll
she would have been out
walk.
of earshot, probably.
Like, hey, what's up?
Oh, hello, sir. Do you need something else from me?
Uh, you seem cool. I was just wondering if there's any like cool Edinburgh things that you know about that the travelers should check out. I mean, I spent some years away, and I don't know how things have changed.
This is a city full of cool things and ghost stories and tunnels and
Oh, tunnels! Could you tell me about those? Because I've heard that there's like they're all under the city. If there's any like cool ones that people go to.
I mean, I went on a couple tours. I couldn't really tell you anything myself.
Oh, you never been to like any secret shows or anything down there?
No, I'm a little old to be running around secret shows, unfortunately. I
Fair.
try to stay young as she kind of does up her purple hair in front of you.
No, that's yeah, I get it. I can't climb around, either. Maybe,
Can't climb around. That's not comment, sir.
well, like climb down into tunnels. Like I assume
Oh,
it's like ladders and stuff. I'm not very good at climbing either. Um, but I'm definitely into ghosts. Are you into ghosts? I'm checking to see if Myles or or Erin is like getting in there, or what's going on with the guy.
all right. Let's just have some fun. You can try either persuade or luck to see if she's drawn to you, or any social skill you want. I guess. And no, I guess it's just persuade. I guess you're just straight talking to her.
Okay.
I guess fast luck would work as well.
Yeah. Sheesh. Let's see what I got.
Or you could just rely on dumb luck to see if she's so
Yeah.
wrapped up in her story.
Honestly, I think luck is probably going to be my best shot.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, 99 over 45.
Oh no.
And
Like,
you
are you
two.
trying to distract me from something? Yes. Wait.
She kind of just loses interest in you. What are the rest of you gonna do? You see this is not working.
Miles can I can go over and inquire about if they have any like live musicians or something, cafes all, musicians and cafes go hand in hand like coffee and cream. I don't know.
She looks annoyed at the Trevor. She looks at you and says, "No, I don't. We don't really pay for that kind of thing. It's a little expensive."
Oh, that's the beauty of music is that it pays for itself. You don't, I'll just show
Hmm.
up and maybe I get a free hot chocolate every now and then, and you'll just have all these
Um,
customers coming in listening to me.
she sees your violin is like, well, go for it. If you impress me, maybe we can arrange something.
Oh God. Okay. Miles confidently picks up the violin and 13. So that was a hard success.
All right, did you play like a happy song or a sad song or tune, I should
Uh,
say?
I don't know. Let's say sad melody
All
brings
right.
tears to her eyes.
Yeah, she's kind of just maybe you keep playing and she's just kind of into it. Maybe she's like into violin and I'll say she's probably distracted as long as
Yeah.
he's playing.
Yeah, as I hear that he's like doing a good job, I'm gonna try and get back there.
Yeah, she seems like she's generally into it.
Is this concert violin or fiddle?
Yes.
I was like, I don't know, I just found it on the street, man.
Bluegrass breakdown in the middle of Chopin.
I assume there was
It
like
is.
just like a regular violin like you put on your neck and yeah, just
Yeah,
Yeah, and
draw the
it's
thing back and forth.
Myles styling. However,
Plays a very melancholic song. She's really into it for some reason. Maybe she always liked this kind of thing. You just awakened it in her.
Speaking of awakened, that lulled me to sleep.
Okay, Trevor's getting very sleepy. And Erin makes their way back to the staff room. All right, as you get back there, staff room is a little more than a large cupboard that sits at the back. There is the lockers for all three of them. You see her, Jenny Sinclair. You see Steve's as well. You see just as Steve. He didn't even bother to write his last name. And then you see Bernie, who also didn't bother to write her last name.
I go and try to open the locker.
All right. Yeah, to your absolute luck, she didn't appear to have locked her locker. It just kind of creaks open. Inside there is I guess are you gonna like hurriedly grab this stuff, or are you gonna sit there and
Yeah,
just
I'm
like
just gonna grab
afraid?
everything and throw
Okay.
it into my bag.
There's definitely like three items in there. There's a flyer, there's a photo, there's a USB pen drive, and you just grab it, I guess, and you walk back out.
Yep.
All right, and then Miles is sitting there finishing. He finishes his very sad rendition of whatever song that he plays, and she says, "Well, that was very sad and beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I was not expecting that to happen today. It's been a little stress lately, I guess. They just kind of made me feel some things.
What kind of thing?
You're very talented. You can come back anytime and
Oh
slide
yeah.
you some. I guess I can't officially put you on a payroll, but yeah, we can slide you some free coffee or hot chocolate. I think you got.
Yeah, please, my hot chocolate, please. I don't consume caffeine.
Oh, is that a personal choice?
My body is a temple. Yes.
Ah, okay. Well, clearly it's working out for you. That was beautiful.
There is a little bit of caffeine in the chocolate, right?
Yes, caffeineless chocolate. Beautiful, pure caffeineless chocolate.
What a
Uh,
silly boy you are. All right.
Should get us back to, preparing the store for the day. You have your three items. The plan worked.
Yep. And one more coffee for the road.
Go out to get there. We
I'm
got
gonna
it.
give that barista Steve a nice tip.
Thank you kindly. We're
All
open.
right.
It's like we're open 5 days a week. Come by anytime.
I think I'm gonna come back there. Yeah, I like it. Shall we? I will, indicate to them that we should
Yeah.
step outside.
Oh, sorry. I gotta order another coffee. Hey, Steve, I get two more of those.
Yeah.
Two more.
You
I
really
thought,
want to stay
yeah.
awake, huh? Shouldn't you get like the doctor or something? I don't want to get in your business, but this doesn't seem healthy.
No, I've seen a doctor. They can't do anything about what I got.
You strike's like, all right, guy, your funeral. And he gives you the two coffees.
Yeah, I thought Erin was gonna be like the big coffee drinker. I realized you have narcolepsy.
Yeah, Trevor wants to say something what's truly on his mind, but his social intelligence is just enough that he knows that he should not say it to Steve, because he believes that life is a meaningless uh, travel toward entropy. So thinly veiled, hellish existence. But he doesn't try to shatter Steve's version of reality.
Yeah, poor Steve might, like just go along happily with this day. Not knowing how awful the universe is. We'll
Just
let Steve, right?
Simple coffee slinger.
You don't want to destroy something beautiful. Just leave Steve.
Steve was helpful. We like Steve.
We like Steve. Yeah. And then as soon as I get those coffees, I step outside.
All right.
And Miles just follows along too.
So then I pull out like the stuff. All right, so here's what I found.
The first
This was
one,
all that was in our locker.
first one, as I said, was a flyer. Black Heart and Dawn. Look at the right one.
And so now that we're looking at it, it says album launch, Filthmonger, presented by SOTR Promotions. So, Blackheart Dawn album launch, Filthmonger, The Tunnels, March 30th. And then it has pictures of the 4 members of the band at the bottom: Rick R. Mortis, Belladonna, Jason Kruger, The Hammer.
That is what Black Heart Dawn is. The second one is a photo of Bernie with an attractive, long-haired woman with distinctive eye makeup. Which, looking at the flyer, it is the woman on the flyer, Donabella. It looks like it was taken outside in a graveyard. The two look very happy, and Donabella has her arm around Bernie. And last, we have an unmarked USB pen drive. That is the final item in your hand. I think you all have phones. I think Erin has a laptop.
I think they messed up her name. It was Donabella in the article, the Edinburgh Underground, but it's Belladonna on the flyer.
You think maybe she just reverses it as a stage name?
I'm kind of thinking, it's the poisonous plant, another plant thing that's come up, but I'm kind of curious if maybe the guy in the article flipped it, or if they made a mistake on their own flyer. We could look into SOTR Promotions as well. I start Googling that.
Yeah, nothing comes up.
Nothing.
Not a thing. Just Google trying to sell you some things.
So we need to find a computer to stick this into, right? So we can take a look at what's on it.
30% off Manscaped.
What it probably has your personal information is like sleep aid pills.
Yeah, there you go.
Damn you, Google.
Doctors hate him.
All right, Trevor, you get another email and it says, it's Jessica Alpha, which said, sorry, my cat threw up. I was cleaning it up. LOL. I'll be right there.
Lol. Wait, where does she think she's meeting us? I thought she was going to meet us at the graveyard at 9.
No, she said the Roastery Cafe.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought someone was meeting us here. That's why I was like,
She told you
go
that at the
far,
graveyard
yeah.
at night.
We all just
I did
happened to
say
come
that.
here.
I just completely forgot. Yeah, that's why we were going there. But then I was like, we're here to investigate and took off.
We were going to go there anyway, to be fair, yeah.
Like,
there you
hey,
go.
it's the 2 people from last night.
It's Jess. And I start running back toward the cafe, but I get very winded very quickly and start walking.
Well, we didn't go far.
I forgot she was supposed to be meeting us here. It's going to be weird walking back in there.
All right, there's outside the door. Shit, they have not entered. You see a woman with short blonde hair that's pulled back into a bun. She has a very serious expression. Maybe late 20s, early 30s kind of look to her. And she looks over at all of you and she's like, puts her hands on her hip. It's like, are you the people I'm hoping to meet? There's no one else here.
You're Jess, right?
Ah, did you run here?
I'm Trevor. I tried to.
Oh, all right. I don't. If you want to go inside or talk somewhere else, it doesn't really matter to me. Just, I come here sometimes.
Did you want a coffee?
Yeah, I can use a coffee.
Okay. Guess we'll go in.
Steve is like, puts his head back up. You guys again?
Yes.
My favorite customers, twice a day.
The coffee's just so good. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
I pull out a $5 bill and like 3 ones, and I'm like, that should be enough. Whatever Jess wants.
And she orders a very basic black coffee.
Perfect. I hand him $5.
Well,
Inflation.
everything is served. All the
Erin
You
gets
just-
another coffee.
like you see Steve shake his head. These guys.
Another hot chocolate, my good man.
Not a problem. We owe you one for the performance, anyways. Gives you a nice hot chocolate. Everyone has their drink, and so I was like, "Well, I appreciate you all for meeting me. I didn't actually expect you to show up."
No, of course, we take ghosts very seriously.
You
And then
said
other
some
stuff like
interesting
that.
things, maggots and Blackheart Dawn. That's why I met you. I wouldn't have just done this for anybody, but Blackheart Dawn.
Yeah.
They're a notorious local death metal
Yeah, for sure.
band.
We'll go to. Yeah,
Yeah.
you read the Edinburgh Underground as well?
Oh, I've been to a show.
Oh, I'd love to hear all about that.
Well, they
Yeah.
claim to be sonic masters, what they call it, and she waves her hands around theatrically, but really, I didn't see anything. I went there to like detect. They made these claims. She claims to create dark magic from dark music, whatever the hell that means. But I was pretty unimpressed. I didn't see any evidence of any actual occult, or it seemed like a bunch of posers to me.
Yeah. Was that in the tunnels?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I mean, how did you find out about the shows? I'm just wondering when the next one is.
Oh, I'm just on the online scene. I look up these things. People talk on forums and that kind of stuff.
Ooh, forums. You mind sending me the URL? I'm trying
Yeah.
to find all about the Edinburgh Underground. Some people say it's pretty lame, but I don't
Oh,
want
no, it's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping to hear. I don't want to talk away from other heroes. And well, I assume we'll either go outside or go to a corner of the coffee shop.
Yeah. Steve waves by as everyone leaves again.
Bye, Steve.
Not gonna be a third time, I hope.
Not today.
All right. All right, you go back to that public place you were all sitting at. It's like, all right, we moved over here.
So I mean, we didn't tell anybody else this because it sounds fucking crazy, but like
I'm all ears.
we were riding a train and a dude gets up, and it sounds kind of like the shows are maybe like this. Dude started spewing blood all over the place. Ugh. Like we
Wow.
thought he was like sick, had internal bleeding or something. But then he turned into maggots.
Yeah, he started to have like what looked like boils, but then he just
Yeah,
became maggots. Like,
Turned into
ugh.
maggots.
yeah,
Jeez.
his whole body. And
it wasn't that they came out of him; it's that his whole body turned into maggots, and then the maggots within minutes metamorphosed into flying insects.
That's pretty wild.
And they took off. Yeah, it sounds super crazy, but I'm into the occult, so I was like, maybe there's some connection here. Where I left out one piece of information. He said Blackheart Dawn to us, so we were like right before he died, of course. So I was curious about like the band because that's all I found online.
That's very interesting because, like I said, they didn't do anything that cool in there. I would have been very impressed by that if that happened.
Yeah, it sounds like it would have been a different experience, right? It would have been like, holy shit,
Maybe there's something more to them. We can
Perhaps.
look into them in the future, maybe.
Yeah, if you ever want to go to another one, like I'm definitely like looking to find the next one. But also like
Oh, definitely.
Edinburgh Cemetery is so like famously haunted. So
Yeah, we look into the cemeteries often. I think we're onto something with a few of them.
I
yeah,
would love-
he may have been a fan of yours because he had
Oh, that's touching.
a thing from your website printed out
yeah, that's right.
with him. That's why we contacted you. Specifically about you were gonna go to the Calton Cemetery, the burial ground.
Yes, I'm well, I guess I could tell you guys openly. I'm very attuned to the spirit world. I sometimes see things. We're gonna look into the old Calton graveyard. Guess
In
in the
like a dream or when you're awake.
when I'm awake.
Oh,
And she's making this. You can make a psychology roll if you want. Or
I definitely will.
she's making claims that she can see the spiritual realm.
All right. Let's see. Psychology. I got a 40 in that. Oh, sweet. I got an 8, which is a extreme success.
Yeah, you can tell that she truly believes what she's saying, that she can see the spirit realm.
I see some stuff, but it's at night when I go to sleep. Sometimes I'm gripped by unbelievable terror, a sense of dread that it's probably the most real thing I've ever felt because I'm still conscious, and it's before I've even truly fallen asleep. And then that proceeds into dreams that show me visions of distant places and realities that I couldn't possibly fathom existing hadn't I seen them for myself.
You sound like you have it really bad. I don't see anything like that. I guess Erin got an extreme success.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can definitely feel that something's behind what she's saying. Perhaps mythos related, which I would let you make a
I
mythos roll,
feel
but
the
it's like
weirdness.
a
Yeah.
very low percentage. But you can try it if you want.
I would love to try
Yeah.
with it. I have a 6.
Just don't fumble a mythos roll. I
Oh,
will hurt you.
I got a 100.
Oh no,
I said don't do
no. You
that.
didn't listen to the keeper.
I
Damn
told
it.
I want to see if I can do that too.
before we get to
Okay, I just regular failed.
that. Yeah, I think for a second, as you're talking about strange landscapes, like everything begin, like you start to have one of these visions while you're awake and around you. You see things change and twist and contort, and it looks like you're in a fun house, and then you snap back into reality and take a point of sanity damage.
I love it. I'm
It's a
ready
bit of
for it.
your dreaming world came into the real world for a second. It's like,
Yeah, maybe to everybody else, I appeared to be so.
yeah, you can all see like a very like weird pain look on his face. Like everyone can see this without like any kind of role. He clearly felt some kind of mental strain. Jess is like, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Anyway, where were we at?
Oh well, I'm tuned to the spirit realm. I don't like to. Most people are just gonna mock me. You guys seem kind of open-minded.
Yeah,
No,
no, I believe you.
Yeah.
All right. Then. I don't know what to say to that. I'm not used to that kind of just I believe you, but that's awesome. All right.
Well, I've had, now two strange experiences, so but yeah, no, he seemed like he honestly sounded like someone who is drowning,
Hmm.
the man. Um, but then the only thing that came out of him was blood. And it
Okay.
was like boils, and then he became maggots, and then he became flies.
Do you think
Um,
it was water related or was he just drowning on his blood?
I don't know, I was very
Wait, you got an extreme
frightened.
success, right?
Yeah.
It was definitely the blood then. It was like
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah,
call that.
I think it was just his own blood. I
That's
don't
a
know what
horrible way to
was
go.
actually happening inside. My first thought was Ebola, of course, but Ebola doesn't make you turn into maggots and then flies, so
Definitely not.
thank God for that.
Well, yeah,
But he,
anyways, the old Calton burial ground, we've been doing extensive research there, studies. We definitely think there are ghosts, and she pulls something out of her bag. We'll say she has a bag with her, maybe. She shows you a very grainy photograph, and there's like a figure in there. Yeah, for the audience, it's like a picture of an old building, and there's a shadowy figure coming out of an opening. It's very grainy. It could very easily be a faked photograph or not, but depends on one's inclinations. But yeah, we definitely want to find out more stuff like this, but we're not quite ready for that. I mean, we can always give you a call, or when we want to go, you can come with us. Always need backup.
I would like to get involved in what you're doing.
yeah,
Uh,
so
Going out there tonight, or
No, that'll be in the future. We have something else planned for tonight that I actually came here to talk to you about. But did you guys find anything first? Seem like you're conducting your own investigation. But
well, we were assuming that you were the sort of authority on Old Kelton because, everybody else is like,
well,
oh, the Greyfriars Kirkyard and all that. What was it this photo here that turned you on to this particular burial ground or
yeah, I mean, obviously you can think that would be faked, but no, that's a real. There's definitely something there. Which I mean, this is an old city. I mean, sure, every one of these graveyards is haunted, but this one is where we got this picture from. So,
yeah, he also was here, by the way. So it was funny that you asked us to meet here. The
oh,
man, he'd been here
you
at
guys are already here? She kind of laughs. It's a
no,
popular
no, no,
place.
the man who
Oh, the
died,
man.
had
Oh,
been
okay.
to the coffee shop.
Hmm. What, did you ever see it or something?
Yeah, Yeah.
That's interesting. Well, you guys are quite the detective.
So you said you had something else planned for tonight?
Yeah, out of her bag, she pulls out a laptop, and we are going to go. My team and I are going to go to the Museum of Childhood tonight. It really could be any night, but I guess tonight would probably work best. And I would love backup from open-minded people. We are gonna investigate the ghostly activity. And when she has her laptop open, she gonna play you a sound. This was or excuse me, I'm gonna play an audio file. This was recorded in the doll and soft toy gallery. She clicks a button and there's like a couple seconds of silence. Then you hear there's a childlike voice that comes on. It goes, Agatha wants to play a game.
Yeah, that's
Creepy.
definitely real. That's definitely a ghost job.
Bone chilling.
I mean, it's just the recording. These things can be faked, but there's been reports of this doll causing trouble before. This Agatha doll. It's
Yeah,
like,
that kind of stuff happens.
I'll take a electronics or a computer.
Oh, computer use? I'm down.
Yeah, I'll let those substitute for this kind of thing. I don't...
Oh, 61/60. I'm gonna use a lug.
Okay, well, yeah, you can definitely tell that the recording was authentic and she has not tampered with it.
Yeah, looks legit to me, guys. I'm definitely down to go check that out. Also, maybe we can go check out the graveyard.
Yeah, we'll
I'm-
definitely
I'm-
take you along with us when we're ready to
When-
do that.
When we go there, when you go there, do you see ghosts like in the picture?
I don't necessarily see ghosts. I see orbs.
Like a will-o-wisp.
Yeah, kind of like that. It's not really always clear. But wherever I see these orbs, there's definitely activity, supernatural or otherwise. It's
I
not
don't
like the ghosts come up and talk to me or something, but I definitely see these orbs. I've seen them all my life, and usually people just laugh at me. You guys are very open-minded, so I guess I don't mind talking about it.
I was gonna roll an occult, but I don't think I need to. That sounds like a common enough thing that would just make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. They claim to have caught orbs occasionally on camera now, with all the ghost hunting shows and all that.
Yeah, but they always say they're lens flares or whatever. I see these without the cameras. I see them everywhere. See them in the
Yeah,
graveyard, and
that's
yeah.
something. It's always hard for me to tell, when you're just like looking at somebody else's footage put on the TV. It's like, well,
Well,
how do you really know?
yeah.
But yeah, if you're seeing them yourself,
Well,
kind of hard to deny.
I'll admit most of this business of mine, it is fake. They want ratings, they want money, but we really want to find things. We want to be authentic.
Well, I believe I've seen too many weird things already. Two is too many. So yeah, we actually went to Blackfriars last night, but we couldn't get into a place where things were seeming weird.
You didn't run into Jimmy, did you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's a nice
What
guy,
a
but he's pretty by the book.
Nah, he's an asshole.
Asshole. Oh, let's go that far. He's just doing his job, but
Well, we went into like this the mausoleum place and then he wouldn't let us out.
all right, maybe he's a little bit of an asshole. Maybe caught him on a bad night.
Yeah, no, so the man had a weird rose. I don't know if there's any particular lore about that. There is a song by that group, the Black Heart Dawn, that was also the rose was the title, the red
Another
big rose.
connection to this band.
Yeah, and so he had a rose and it smelled funny.
It smelled
Like
funny.
Yeah, it smelled like garbage or
Ah.
death, not like a rose. And then there were more of them, and they were around a particular mausoleum where that band had filmed
Oh.
their little music video.
We should probably check this out together at some point as well. We've got a lot.
Mhm.
We've got a lot going on, don't we? It's very glad we all met.
Hey, Jess, can I use your computer?
Yeah. What for?
Erin, can I see that? Thumbnail?
Yeah, so heads up, this gal that she was following that band, and she'd given coffee to that man. I hand over
Mhm.
like a USB pen drive to him, and she'd sold coffee to this man who did the whole explodey maggot thing.
Hmm.
So you need to know that's from her locker, and we were going to look at it if you're cool with that.
I guess
But
a
it might,
little.
it might mess up your computer. I don't know.
She's like, she thinks about it, she's like, fuck it, I'm in it to win it. Let's do it. She pops it
Hell
in.
yeah. I'm gonna roll computer use unless I don't need to.
No, it's just an audio file that pops up, and she looks at it and she says, "There's just a single audio file on here. It's called redredrose.mp4."
Yeah,
That's the
that's the
song.
song.
And she
Yeah.
clicks on it, turns the volume on, and it's like a demo tape. A burst of metal music comes out of it. It's actually fairly good. Can everyone make a power roll?
Oh hell yeah. Ooh, nice. I got a 44 under 65.
51 under 60 for me, so success.
I failed. Let's see what happens.
Okay, Erin, you feel very dizzy and distracted. You're like, it's kind of like on the you wake up and you don't know where you are. You have one of those kind of naps. You mechanically you lose 5 MP. Which probably won't really come into. You gain 1 MP back every hour, just so you remember.
Right. Yeah.
And she just sees you kind of looking a little fuzzy. And she's like, "Are you all right?" In fact, should probably roll for her. She rolled a 48 under 70, so she didn't feel any effects. So yeah, she looks at you and she's like, "Are you all right?"
Oh, yeah, that song is like, I don't know, it's doing something to my head.
I didn't feel anything. Did you guys feel anything?
No,
No,
nothing.
you want to play it in reverse and see what happens.
All right,
Just
roll
like
again, I see.
she just pops it out. It's like, I think we better not play with this anymore.
I mean, it could just be that I'm tired, but
Yeah, sounds like you guys had a
everything's
night
so
yesterday.
strange. Yeah. What first? I mean, I guess we have lots to keep us busy.
Well, she kind of looks at her phone. She looks back. We got they've arranged to go to the childhood museum tonight, so I think it's best we do that. So we have to get the whole thing arranged again. So we have to get permission to go in there. My team just tells me they got it.
Probably best to do things the proper way.
So I guess you guys have no problem waiting for tonight. We'll just get it done.
Sure,
And
Yeah.
sure.
Erin, when she
Yeah.
says that, you immediately agree. Like it just comes out of your mouth without even
Oh, lovely.
any even understanding why it came
Yes.
out. It's like, oh, you're really, really chipper. Okay. Well, I did arrive here with the car. I don't know if you guys want to just come and wait with me or you want to go about your own business for the tonight.
Oh, do I have a shift?
It is Tuesday, so probably he's probably
Yeah.
skipping work like most Call
Yeah.
of Cthulhu characters are always skipping work.
Right? Like, I'm calling in.
Yeah, you can just say you're sick, right? Come on.
Exactly. I'm not feeling so great, and I was exposed to something really weird on the train last night.
Mhm.
There was a guy who was throwing up. I better not come in till I know how it is. Sorry, boss.
There's got to be like some kind of diseases that you can like.
Yeah, there for sure
Quarantine.
are. Yeah. If you are like, throwing up or anything like that, you don't.
Like I'm not going to bring that
Mhm.
into the hospital.
All right, we'll just say that's your whoever you answered to at the hospital was a little annoyed, but they're just like, fuck it, whatever. Hang up.
Yeah.
You probably have a busy life just like you do when you're there. No time to worry about it. Alrighty, so as I said, maybe we can go back and meet the team now, or you can just wait till 9 because it'll be at 9 o'clock, I believe. So we want to be there at night. That's when all the spooky stuff comes out. It's like, ooh.
Definitely. Oh, it would be fun to meet your team, I suppose.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I didn't
All
want
right.
to lose on you, but I'm glad that you guys are with me on that.
Yeah, I'm
Oh.
good.
All right, I'm glad to hear that. Those two seem to have crazy stories, Miles. Or why are you doing all this? You have an interesting ghost or the paranormal?
This is yes, I do. It's making me feel real in touch with my roots. So
Oh, your roots. Okay. Ghosts run in your family, or
yeah, they just family always had sort of interest in like paranatural stuff, and yeah, I I kind of moved away from that, so this has been kind of a pleasant, nostalgic walk down that road.
you just wander around playing the violin now? She looks down. She looks at your violin.
Yes, I do. I'm one of the most up and coming buskers in all of Edinburgh.
Oh, I'll have to get an article out with you, the violin man who catches ghosts.
I'll be ready whenever you want to do that.
That would be amazing. Any attention we can get is always good.
I mean, you are pretty good with it, Miles. Does that really pay the bills just busking?
Uh, I make some good. I make more than you would expect, but um, less than you'd want, I guess. I don't know.
Probably wasn't qualified, but it makes me feel bad. I gave up the music lessons when I was wee because it seems like nice work if you can get it. You just get to make your own hours and stuff.
Yeah, it's true, but you know, the the crowd can be a harsh mistress.
Yeah, I'm sure. People are asses.
I'm telling that to a ghost hunter, guys. I know how the crowd is.
Do people hassle you while you're doing your thing? It's usually in the middle of the night, right? Or is
Yeah,
this
well,
online meanies?
yeah, it's just some hateful comments online, just kind of embarrassed look on her face. Yeah. You're fake. You don't see anything. You're making those noises up. It's like I promise you, everything we do is authentic. We don't put fake stuff in our investigations.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it's like you said, the rest of the people that have ruined it for you.
As someone who's generally off-putting, I have respect for what you do, Miles. I think constantly needing to please in order to earn money is definitely it's got to be rigorous.
I do it for the love of the music, so.
Well, if you do well today, maybe you can have a side gig as a ghost hunter. How about that?
Ooh.
We won't have a lot of money, but maybe we can figure something out.
I hear that multiple income streams are a very good idea.
These days, yeah. Although you got to watch on your taxes.
Yeah.
Wait, this is UK, right? I don't know what the taxes are over there.
They're probably even more Byzantine than here.
Oh, jeez. Even more. Is that possible?
Yeah.
Damn you, HR block. All right, she's like, well, my car's just around the corner. We can kind of head off and get ready if you're all good, or I don't know if you want to do something. Let me step on your
Yeah.
toes.
Let's go. I'm
All right.
in.
Sounds cool.
I'm really excited.
All right. She takes you back. She's takes you to her car. She takes you to their little building. It's just like a little office set somewhere in the city, and you sit into the room. You see two other men in there with you, and she's like, "Well, let me do the proper investigation, proper introduction." She's like, "As I said, I'm the leader of our team. I'm happen to be more highly attuned to the spirit world than average, which we were a wonderful chat about." And then she motions towards a cheerful and tall man with wavy black hair. This is Sammy Kaura, our camera operator. He will carry the team's full spectrum camcorder. It's designed to be able to pick up any tiny movement of lights or orbs, even in pitch blackness. And Sammy just kind of shakes his head at you guys. What's up, guys? Or nods his head, should I say?
Oh, Sammy.
I
I'm
see.
Erin.
Nice to meet you all. I'm glad you're joining us. Then Jess motions towards the third person on our team. He's a medium build. He's very pale skinned and bright red hair. This is new Neil Stewart. He's responsible for the equipment that monitors variances in electromagnetic fields and for our electronic voice recording gear. He also nods his head at you and says, "What's up, guys? Have you hunted ghosts before, or do you do this kind of thing?" Or
Really into the occult, but I haven't gone on like a true ghost hunt. I would, if you could show me everything you know about the EMF, that would be great. I've never seen one in person.
Yep, he whips it out and shows it. We'll just say that's what we do the rest of the day. Just kind of shows you all the equipment. You have a little chat. Maybe some lunch and dinner is made at some point.
Apps.
And yes, maybe a nap or two happens.
Oh yes,
Voluntary naps.
but with napping.
All right, then around the time rolls around, I'll get into a couple cars and drive you guys and their team and their equipment over to the Museum of Childhood, which is a museum that houses a collection of children's toys and playthings that is situated on the Royal Mile in Edinburgh, Scotland. It is the first museum in the world to specialize in the history of childhood. Admission to this museum is free. It is run and owned by the City of Edinburgh Council. Everyone begins to pile out of the cars and the equipment as well. And Jess McAlphin walks up to you and says, "We have been given permission from the Edinburgh Council to have access to the building overnight. We will investigate the rumors that the dolls in the third floor gallery are haunted or possessed. There have been accounts from visitors and staff at the museum claiming to have noticed the doll, which is a relic from the early 1800s, move when their backs have been turned. Other visitors claim to have heard a childlike voice appearing to come from within the display cabinet the doll was housed in. The museum manager is conscious of the fact that no publicity is bad publicity and has agreed to let us investigate.
Cool. What's your strategy? Are you guys gonna like set up time lapse cameras or?
The team will set up the equipment in the rooms. We're going to go right to that room. That's where all the activity seems to be centered at, and we'll do our thing as always. Hopefully, we'll get something. Although more than likely, we should probably expect failure, just to be honest. But I'm always up for it. I'm always gonna fight to get this stuff, prove it's real.
I think with all of us here, you got a pretty good chance.
That's what I hope so. There's usually more people, there's more activity for the spirits if there are spirits.
Well, I think me and you already know the answer to that question.
Yes, whether we want to or not, huh?
Yeah.
Well, all right, she motions you all over to the museum entrance, and you see her knock on a glass door. A couple minutes go by, and then a burly security guard, maybe 50, 60 years old, with shaved gray hair, and he has a very wide nose, and he lets you in, and then as the team and you guys in the equipment file in, the guard speaks. You all be careful not to break anything now. I'll be in the staff room on the ground floor. This is my mobile number. Call or text me if you need anything. If I don't see anything, I'll let you out at 3 a.m. like discussed. And then you see Jess McAlpin. They just exchange pleasantries and get the phone number. And then he leaves. As you look around in the lobby, most of the lights in the museum have been turned off, with the exception of small dim lights set onto the floor and on the stairs at regular intervals. The doll and soft toy gallery is upstairs. It's the stairway leading up, and the door is open. You can see that it's dark inside of there. And the camera operator, he turns on a flashlight and he flushes a light in there. Everyone can see inside of there. There is a room full of glass cases filled with a vast assortment of dolls and stuffed toys. Their glassy eyes are reflecting the beam from the flashlight as he shines it around. Just as well. Unless you guys have any ideas, we're just gonna go pop up in there and set up.
Yeah, sounds good. Anything I can help with?
All right, I guess she kind of motions towards her two team members. They'll direct you to help carry things and where to set it. That's all we'll need for now.
All right, I'll try to help them a little bit, just with whatever I can, and then glance constantly back and forth at dolls, try to notice if there's any that aren't facing like directly forward in their case at any given time.
Yeah, as you look around, we'll say we move upstairs with everything. They tell you where to go and all that stuff, and look around at the dolls like you asked, and the dolls are of all varieties. Finely dressed Victorian dolls with angelic porcelain features sit next to forlorn-looking rag dolls from the early 1800s. Some are in good condition. Others have been stitched, patched, and repaired so often they appear misshapen and grotesque. Some smile sweetly, while others stare lifelessly from doll-button eyes. And as for the particular doll you're looking for, you find it. Its wax face is cracked and discolored. It sits in a tattered dress with arms outstretched. And you know it's the doll because the label next to it declares it to be Agatha, and it dates from 1804. And it's not looking forward. Its head is looking like to the left. And you hear Jess McAlpin say, "That's her. We found her."
Agatha. Huh. This is the one. This is the main one.
That's the doll we're after. That's where all the stories are coming from. The multiple accounts, eyewitness accounts, and all those sorts of things have happened for years here. And Cairo, the camera operator, he sets up his light portable stand, and he focuses his camera directly, both the light and the camera directly on this Agatha doll. Stewart begins to activate his equipment and voice, which includes the EMF and the voice recorders. All right, everyone, we're here. She turns to you three, just does, and she says, can you begin speaking out to the spirits and ask them for a sign?
All right, Agatha, if you got the guts, come on out.
Just kind of raises an eyebrow at you, so.
It's probably not best to taunt them.
That's what we wanted to do, though, right? Move. Activate.
If there's any spirits of the dead here who want to communicate something, please do give us a sign. We're not here to hurt you.
Yeah, I get that. We're all here to play, so let's play.
Here to listen.
I'll say like maybe 10, 15 minutes goes by of just, sitting in silence and waiting for something, waiting. And there's another room upstairs, the stairway leading up, and you hear a noise up there, which very faintly sounds like children playing, maybe skipping or playing hopscotch. Jess McAlpin just runs after the noise up the stairs after it. Do you stay or do you go up there?
Like,
Someone should maybe.
yeah, if she's just like running off, I think I need to go with her. She
Okay.
shouldn't be alone
You're in
running
walls
madcap
after.
into yeah.
Yeah. Are the other two staying down or going up?
I think I'll stay down.
Okay.
Do her folks seem like this is normal behavior for her?
Yeah, they're not. They don't really even make a reaction. They just stick to their
Okay.
equipment in
Yeah,
the haunted room, supposedly. And Miles, what are you doing?
I'll go up too.
Okay. Erin and Miles walk up after McAlpin. And they enter into a room. It's empty. There's no real sign of what made the sound. And for Trevor, who stayed down, you feel like it gets very cold in there. You hear and like that childlike voice from the recording comes out and says, Agatha wants to play a game.
I like games. What are you thinking? 20 questions.
And from the cold and from the voice, it seems to be speaking in your head. Can I get a sanity roll?
Oh yeah, definitely can. Oh sweet. That's a nice big 80 over 57.
All right, you roll me a 1d4.
4.
Okay, you've been feeling incredibly tired as it brings on a bit of your condition, but you stay awake. It's clear this rattles you as you tried to stay calm and play a game. Maybe you feel like you made a mistake. And
Did not have time with the ghost.
there's two other people in there, as you said. You see Neil Stewart. He runs off. He just runs away. And Kara, the camera operator, he just stands there. His face contorted into a strange smile. He appears frozen.
Sammy.
Yeah,
Fuck.
He's completely unresponsive. His eyes are wide open though. He's clearly awake. Yeah, you up there with Jess. She's like, nothing's here. Should we go back down, guys?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, she leads the way down, and she comes across this scene. You all see that Stewart is not there. Trevor seems a bit like he's having an issue with his condition. Kyra is completely frozen with his eyes wide open. He's smiling, and he doesn't seem to be moving.
Go up and touch Sammy on the arm.
He doesn't respond.
Sammy, are you okay? Give him a shake.
Yeah, Jess is trying to do the same thing, but nothing is working, and she looks at Trevor. What happened? Where's Stewart? Are you okay? I mean,
I hope they got the equipment set up because Agatha said that she wanted to play a game. That's when Neil ran out. He just booked it. And Sammy did that. Looks like maybe he's having some kind of seizure or something. Maybe don't go near him. I don't know.
Well,
she looks at the doll and she's like, wasn't its head to the side before? Because now it is looking forward straight at all of you.
Does it feel like it's looking at Sammy?
Looks like it's kind of looking at all of you somehow.
Okay. I'm gonna try and interpose myself between Sammy and the doll, and I want to try to assess like his condition.
With like medicine.
His eyes, his
go
eyes,
ahead.
like
Absolutely.
respond to light and stuff. Critical success. I rolled a 1.
Okay, well, yet again, there's no obvious cause of this. This man is completely fine and healthy, but for some reason he's frozen. So you are a doctor of the body. You think this is a problem of the mind.
This has got to be a psychological thing. There's nothing wrong with him. His pupils still respond to light, but he's not actually he won't track or anything. It's almost like he's catatonic.
And then that voice that comes out again, almost in your minds, it's, won't you play with me?
There it is.
And you all heard it. And can I get a power roll for everyone?
Yep. Oh, sweet. I got a 1 under 65, so extreme success.
Is that a critical?
Yeah, I guess that is.
I failed.
Failure from me as well.
Okay, let's do this. Trevor, you are probably for the first time feel just completely awake, and you get a sanity point back.
Sweet.
So it really has to reward these things sometimes. But all right, you other two that have failed, you kind of hear in your mind, you hear the command. It starts very, very quietly, but then it gets louder as it goes on. It's like, kill your friends, kill your friends, kill your friends.
Nice.
Now, I believe one of you has a gun.
I do, yeah.
You pull out your gun, you point it directly at Trevor, and you pull the trigger. Trevor, you do see this perfectly coming as you also reward your one. Do you dodge or are you just gonna take it?
I'm definitely gonna dodge
When I
for
say dodge,
sure.
I mean, of
Yeah.
course, die for cover. Okay, you
Yeah.
are
Dive.
okay. I will need Erin to roll their firearms and you to roll your dodge to see if you get to cover, maybe ducking behind one of the glass cases.
Ooh, I got an 80, so that's a failure.
I
Okay.
failed.
Alrighty, you dive, but you kind of like maybe trip a little, just hit one of the glass cases, and the bullet just pings on top of one and shatters the glass.
Nice.
Alrighty, you need to allow that to start combat properly because you were technically first. Myles, you will also take a swing at the only one of the guys that's not dominated. I would just say you're gonna swing your violin. Will come naturally to you.
No.
Mm.
Um,
And yeah, you'll let you do a dodge or fight back, Trevor. Myles
No.
has a crazy look in his eyes. He pulls out his violin. He holds it in his hand like a baseball bat, and it's pretty clear he's swinging for a home run at your head.
Oh shoot. I don't want that violin to break, so I'm hoping that ducking out of the way will
Okay.
preserve the violin. No, 58 is not enough.
Okay. What'd you get, Myles?
I got 34 under 43.
Okay. You strike him, roll your damage. All right. He hits you. So he probably hit you on the right shoulder as you attempt to move. He slams his violin into you. 3 damage.
Violin
Nice.
goes conk.
All right. Jess is also going to go after the only dominated person in the group. She doesn't have any weapon. She just kind of puts her face up, maybe like boxer. She looks kind of comical almost. She takes a swing at you. Trevor, you'll have to make this one with a disadvantage dice as you were either fighting back or dodging twice in one round. Will you fight back
Uh,
or dodge first of all, I should say.
Definitely dodge.
All right.
I got a 71, which is a failure.
Okay. She got a 78 over 25, so she really failed as well. She doesn't even almost know what she's doing. She just takes a swing and it's like 5 inches in front of your face. She has a very dead serious psychotic look on her face. All right, and then it is your turn properly now. Trevor is the only one with the rational mind right now. What are you doing?
The one that the case that gets shot was that Agatha's case.
Yeah, we'll say it was Agatha, and the glass shattered, and the doll was looking right at you as you were planning to do whatever you're doing.
All right, I'll pick up the doll and I'll say, "Bad doll. That's not a game."
You just hear a laughter coming from it, a very childlike laughter, mocking you.
I'll then hold the doll out toward the other people, hoping that maybe it'll form some kind of a shield.
It does not seem to do anything.
Yeah, I figure I probably don't have much else I can do, but I'm just hoping that maybe they won't shoot at it or something. I don't know.
All right, that would make it. Well, Erin is already fast even without the readiness. Erin will here's kill your friends, and she chooses a different friend. She goes towards Myles and she pulls the trigger. Myles, you are crazed, but I'll allow you to. You can still react if you want to dodge, die for cover if you like. So it
All
always says
right.
kill your friends. It doesn't say die, you can't die for cover.
Okay. Yeah, I'll dodge.
All right, roll your dodge, see if you get into cover.
28 under 30.
All right, you successfully duck under one of the glass cases holding the dolls, so you will have a disadvantage dice as you fire at him, Erin.
Well, that's good because
Yeah.
that one was a success. So we'll see if the yeah, okay, so that was a 98 then. So I miss wildly.
All right, your bullet goes wide and probably somehow hits the ceiling. Okay, Myles is in cover, so that will take his turn. Jess will walk up and after the bullet, she seems to be mad at Erin, and she takes a swing. You dodge or fight back.
I will dodge.
I have a 67 over 25. All right, after firing this gun, you see Jess trying to swing at you. She's very easily sidestepped. She's not a very natural fighter, too much to everyone's relief, even if they were in their right mind, that is. All right, and Trevor, once again, you're holding the doll as another shot was fired, another punch went out. What are you doing?
Shoot. I'm gonna roll a cult. What I'm hoping is maybe I can find maybe I can recall some information about like haunted objects and if it's a good idea to destroy them or if you try to satisfy them to come up with like a general way to defeat it.
Yep, go ahead. Roll your call.
I got a 35 under 70, which is exactly half. Hard success. Sorry.
Yeah, everything that tells you about haunted objects, that you would destroy the haunted object.
All right. I will drop down to the ground and try to smash the doll into the floor.
All right, you begin smashing the doll as you were, I guess, what, you're just kicking it repeatedly, or?
Well, I would imagine since I had it in my hand, I would just hit it on the ground. I don't want to like let go of it.
All
I'm
right.
afraid that it would like run.
All right, you're holding the doll down, trying to maybe just tear it apart, destroy it. You don't really have anything on you to do so, so you're attempting to do it with your bare hands, I suppose. And then as you're doing this, you see Neil Stewart comes back. He's even more pale, if that's possible, than he was before. He is clutching an old board game box. It says Jumpity on it. He pulls out this board game. It's old. It's very old. And it seems like it sits on four legs. It has Egyptian images on it. There are pegs that are meant to be inserted into holes. Neil puts this thing down and he starts doing some kind of sequence with the pegs, and he finishes the sequence seemingly, and he stands up. Everyone's mind snaps back to themselves, and the cold seems to go away. As you were holding that doll that down, it crumbles into dust. It has and at first you think that it would just be dust, but then the dust reforms into like a small black resin carving of a black pharaoh is now sitting in the place where that dust was.
What's this? I picked that up, and does it do anything weird to me? Do I love it? Do I treasure it?
Nope, it's just a weird carving of a black pharaoh.
Can I roll a cult on it?
Yep, you can do cult or mythos. So well,
Okay. I got 47, which is a regular on a cult.
all right, cult will be just kind of general. There's a lot of rituals. There are a lot of rituals and cults dedicated to a black pharaoh. Seems to come up constantly. No rhyme or reason. They just keep calling out this black pharaoh.
Neil,
He just kind of is like, yes, I hope everyone's okay. I
how
heard
did you know? How did you know to do that?
I heard a voice of a woman, like not a child, like a woman, and it told me how to dispel Agatha and her powers. And he points to a doll in a nearby cabinet, perhaps in the corner. And on the label on that doll, it says, "A doll in the style of Egyptian craze that swept the country in the 1920s, modeled after a local stage actress of the time, Olivia Reed, who achieved great fame after her role of the resurrected wife in a play she wrote called The Pharaoh's Sacrifice." And he just kind of shrugs, like, I don't know what the hell happened to guys, honestly. It was desperate. I'm glad it worked.
How's Sammy doing?
He Yeah, his mind would have went back to normal. He was just kind of very confused. It's like, no, I'm okay. I froze. I felt like I was sleeping, I guess.
Well, we should definitely watch the recording.
Yeah, we can do that. Then you see Jess pulls out her phone and she seems to be texting someone, and then a few moments later the security guard arrives and he looks around and he's like, what in the hell happened?
Agatha did what we expected her to do when she came to haunting a semblance of life, and she got into the minds of several of our people here, and hence that's how the case broke.
That's a load of rubbish, and I'll need a persuade roll to make me believe otherwise, sir.
You better roll. I got a 96, but it's over 10, so that's a botch. Big bad Phil.
We'll say you have like a rush of your condition. You all see him begin to tremble, and then he just sort of falls on the ground asleep. It's like, and the guy's like, what the hell?
Oh, he has narcolepsy.
All right, what do we do? We gotta get him to the hospital.
I mean, hopefully it doesn't require that, but yeah, who knows when he'll wake up.
Let's get you guys out of here then. He's like, broken glass. Looks like somebody. Is there a firearm that was unloaded here? What's going on? I will have to make a report with the police. That's what I'm getting at.
No.
All right, he begins to usher you all out. He's like, "Get out, get out." You all go without a fight, or
Did we take the thing?
the Black Pharaoh?
The weird Black Pharaoh,
Yeah, he wouldn't even know like why that would be here.
right? Mm.
It's also fairly small, so if you want to just pocket it, it's fine.
I'm like fairly interested in the doll that helped us, but nah, it's all right.
All right, well, as long as you're not resisting, there won't be any problem with him, and he even helps you carry out the Trevor.
Right.
All right, then we'll just say we're outside somewhere in the Royal Mile now with the whole team. Everyone's a little shaken. Stoon and Cowra kind of walk up to you guys looking very flustered and are like, our devices they're all blank. It's like the storage was intentionally wiped.
Oh, that's not fair.
We actually had a legitimate haunting and nothing happened. Or excuse me, we don't have any evidence. What the fuck?
Oh, that's not okay. Maybe next time you should like live stream it and have somebody else backing that up as well. See if that works.
I guess it's a good idea. Well, it's kind of hard to get followers on those things.
Yeah, I don't know. If the video's footage got wiped, I can't imagine what else you could do.
Well, this one was a bust. Sorry you guys got put into danger like that.
No, I'm sorry. I should have been smart enough not to bring a dangerous tool into something
Yeah,
like
why do you
that.
have that anyways?
Well, I live in a kind of rough part of the city,
Ah, all right. It's
but
like something from an American you'd expect to point out a gun, being a cowboy.
I mean, usually it's just somebody trying to knife you in a side alley for you. Spare change. They're gonna back off if they see a gun.
Yeah. Oh, this was very disappointing, but we know it's real, I guess. I'm gonna keep going, keep fighting to prove it. And as I said, we're gonna stake out the old Calton burial ground at some point. Should we get in contact with you to do that, or if you had enough?
No, please definitely get in contact with us.
Yeah, let's have, I mean, I don't know. Trevor's really great about, being in contact when he's awake, but let's make sure you get our emails too.
All right. Let's see, we exchanged all the needed information. But I mean, the security guard had a point. Is he gonna be okay? I'm not sure how narcolepsy works. Did he just come back on his own or what?
Yeah, I think I'll make sure he gets home and I'll see if I can, find a contact in his phone, have somebody check up on him. But as far as I know, it's a condition. It's not life-threatening. It's just very inconvenient for life.
Yeah, Trevor, what does happen when you do this? Do you have like does your dad come or?
Well, I would imagine that like there's probably like a emergency contact, which would most likely be my dad. I'm sure he could come pick me up. He would be used to
Yeah.
this idea. I don't think it would shock him if someone's like, "Hey, dude, like I think your son's like weirdly asleep." So it would make sense that.
Okay. All right. Well, you will pick up the investigation next time. Thanks for playing, guys.
Yeah, thanks for
Yeah.
hosting as always.
You're welcome.
I wasn't expecting Jumpity to come back. I was like, "Oh shit!"
What?
Yeah, there's definitely references. I'm so glad we did it this way.